Hit the players club with the Frito-Lay. Nigga try me wrong, this gon' be your day. Valet Paul should've seen they face. Did one for Magic City. Them hoes shaking ass and titties. Cough syrup in my cup, it's sticky. Everybody in the club get tipsy. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Shout it how you at, for a stack, for a stack. And make it clap, make it clap. Shake it hard, put your name in my rap. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it clap. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it clap. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it clap. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it clap. Make it clap.
Enough of your hair, Michael.
I didn't get a haircut.
There's no more time for hair just because I have none. It's just not fair, dude. Hey, what's up, everybody? Wes Smith Variety Show, episode 78. Creeping towards 100.
78.
Yeah, man.
It's a long time.
Stoked to have you here.
Really,
again.
Really happy to be here for the second time.
On the rewind.
Oh, man.
I love it. Last time we had one of your pals in here, so it was like crazy radio show in here. Mm-hmm. Things going every direction. Different setup. But, stoked, man. And let's see, real quick. I got a couple things to say before we get going. New mic, how sweet is that?
This was a huge upgrade from this mic. Let the people see.
Apology. Yeah, we had a mic meltdown last time.
Rest in peace.
As I was telling you with
Little Boy
Eric
Blue.
Diaz. Apologies to Eric. But you can we'll turn that into a bowling ball. But yeah, episode 78. Let's see. Always like to hit some things that are coming up for each of us before we get down the rabbit hole. For me, the two things real quick. The Juice Night Out Volume 5, the little track that was playing, Make It Clap, is one of the 4 on there. Check it out. You can find it on Beatport right now and then everywhere else on Monday. So just search for it, Juice Night Out Volume 5. Loving that one. And let's see. To go with that, sort of, Juice Night Out Party, the next one, coming up in San Francisco, May 31st, with myself, ShYo, Helicat, the Rhino, and DJ Denise, all in San Francisco. It's a nice lineup. And I really want to point out on this one, to listeners and you, we worked hard to make sure we had more women on the lineup than men. Boom.
Like that.
It's something we're trying to do. We don't throw a lot of those parties, but we're trying to do one in this year. We did a bunch 2 years ago, some last year, and this year we're trying to do them in San Francisco first, San Diego, Seattle, maybe Vancouver. Like 4 tops, maybe 3 of them.
Okay.
All kind of self-produced label parties, but in other cities. So that makes it, as you know, a little more challenging.
A little more challenging.
Oh, yeah.
To pull.
So what you got, man? Because that's why you're here. That's why we're here. Is you, Hood Polly, and More Than Friends.
Man, lately, well, my second Hood Politics EP came out. The Party Starter EP came out 2 weeks ago. Been getting a lot of love, loving that. 3 songs that I really put a lot of work on. I've been working on them for 2 years.
Nice,
It's been
dude.
a 2-year EP in the making.
One of them sounds familiar. Like maybe you had it in some finished form when you were here last time. Is that possible?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, been sitting
Thought I
on it.
recognized one of them. Okay.
Been sitting on this for a while, so it really was the epitome of everything that I wanted to do. I've been editing them the whole time and just trying to make it the real More Than Friends Party Tech sound.
Cool.
And then Steven just released his EP.
Wait, Party Tech.
Party Tech.
I love it.
Got to be the forefront.
I don't love
of it.
genres,
Yeah.
but I do love that one.
Party Tech. That's what
Right.
that's what my sound is. I'm sticking to that. DJ Susan, Steven, my friend who was here last time, the guy who invented Hood Politics Records.
Yeah.
He had his EP come out about a month ago. Amazing. He made my favorite song, the "It Ain't Over Until You Say It's Over."
Who's that?
DJ Susan.
Oh,
Okay. He was here last time. Yeah. Everyone's making their best stuff right now, I'd say. And Joey Nutty, he has his EP coming out this Friday, and we're actually playing a show at Sidebar in San Diego with Joey Nutty, DJ Susan, myself, and we have Savader from Australia,
Okay.
and our friend DJ Revlo from Brighton. They all flew out here to play a show with us.
Nice.
Yeah, and we're also playing Buffalo Club in LA the next day.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's release parties for
Nutty.
Joey's.
Yeah, Joey.
Nutty. Is his DJ name Nutty?
Mhm.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, he's the one who commented, I guess, at some point in the last hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought so. Just making sure I got all the names straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, I was checking out, obviously, I was checking out your Party Starter EP. I got the page up. People can't see that, but I've got the page up, and I got the art here, man. So I'm gonna slide that thing in. We've got, there's been so many improvements since you were here last time, brother. Look at this. We got that going live now. There's your artwork for your EP. Just stuff it right on top of our faces.
Right.
Love it.
Right there.
Go buy it
There.
right now.
Right now.
All
Actually, buy it.
1,000 people. Go to
Yeah.
Beatport and get it right now.
Go buy it. You can get actually for free download on SoundCloud if you want. Just get it for free. Who cares? It's music.
Love it, dude.
Get it for
Love
free.
I love it.
If you like the songs, just take them.
But I was checking it out on here. What's your favorite on the EP? There's 3 songs.
Oh, man, my favorite is honestly "The Place to Be." That's the song I actually made most recent, and I love it because I just stopped the house part of it and broke it down to like almost early 90s, just hip hop 808 drum machine stuff, and I'm like mixing a little bit of hip hop and breakbeats into house music, and it makes me so happy whenever that breakdown comes and the reaction when the drop happens.
Nice, man. I think I haven't done this with this mic before, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'll probably get some feedback or something weird there. Don't judge based on my Apple speakers. This is the breakdown?
No, it happens earlier. You can go to SoundCloud if you want to listen to it on SoundCloud, get the full song.
It happened earlier here?
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, I like the vibe, dude. Yeah. I'm not trying to go for high fidelity.
Yeah, and
I
then
just wanted people to get a little feel. All right.
so this whole EP actually has a pretty funny story to it. So both those songs, "Lick It Good" and "Party Starter," were supposed to come out on other people's collectives or names, and you know what? I'm just gonna say their names because they're big enough. I don't think they're gonna
Right
listen
on,
to this.
man.
So "Lick It Good" I actually made in my parents' laundry room when I like maybe a year or two into producing, when I switched to house music, and I put a clip of it on Instagram and tagged Rafa FL in it. I was like, Rafa FL, let me know what you think. And he's like, I love it. I love this song. And so he's like, I want to play it. So I sent it to him. And then maybe like a couple months later, he said he was going to start a record label and he wanted to sign it. I'm like, yeah, of course. You're one of my idols. I love your music. You're kind of the reason I made this song because of like your style.
This was how long ago?
This was 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
About 2 years ago.
Right.
And just time kept going on. I kept asking him when he was going to make the label, and this was over literally a 2-year span of him thinking he was going to make a label, and we made Hood Politics within that 2 years, and we started getting momentum. And then I just thought to myself, why am I waiting for someone to make a record label for me to put this song out when I am part of a record label that's already doing great? Why would I not just feed our baby and just make it grow with amazing tech house music? Why would I not do that? That's ridiculous. Why would I not put this on a label that I'm a part of? And I actually told myself that the other day. I'm like, why would I do that ever? So I'm just strictly doing Hood Politics releases from now on, only unless I get asked to do a remix by somebody or maybe another opportunity comes, but I'm not gonna think about even sending demos out to people.
That's an interesting, I'm glad you brought that up because yeah, that's it. There's I guess there's always a couple different ways, like people, depending on who you talk to, will recommend that you try to skin a cat. Mm-hmm. There's two things that jump out to me. One is what you just said.
When you don't skin the cat.
Well, because of my own experience, which I guess is what we all base things on, mm-hmm. Largely, one thing I see a lot is I see people, just a lot of talking about music business problems, this, that, and the other, and mm-hmm. then a typical response is like, just keep grinding, just work every hour of the day, blah blah, until you make it. Mm-hmm. And when I see that, I can definitely understand the perspective. However, I don't comment on it often because I rather save it for here.
Yeah.
But one of the funny things is I think like two things have happened to me over time. One is the absolute highest selling songs. I'm not going to say they were maybe my own favorite, but I thought they were good and I played them a lot. But the top selling ones I've ever had through a Beatport or streaming or video game or whatever in terms of demand were definitely some of the easiest ever made in terms of what I've made. So that's one thing. That doesn't jive with, hustling your ass off every single day until your fingers bleed, does it?
No.
Right? Like, I did that on all the other shit that nobody liked. Or, they liked it, but, like a smaller group liked.
Yeah.
Fine. And maybe I liked it a little more. Fine. So that's one thing. And then, that probably wraps up in a nutshell right there. Is like, chances are, like, I definitely think, like, chances are the thing, if there's anything that, like, lands you whatever in Sahara tent, primetime, Coachella, it's probably not going to be the thing you worked the hardest on.
Yeah, easily.
Most likely.
It's the most catchiest, maybe.
Yeah.
And, well, you want
it'll probably be the thing that felt the best the quickest.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's kind of what people respond to in a big stage, right? Like, look at it. If you go, did you go to Coachella at all this time?
No, I've never been.
Just Susan. He just went and played. Yeah, that's awesome. But anyway, I've been once or twice to probably most of the big festivals, but the response is usually very like short. The engagement is usually pretty short,
exactly.
Right?
Like for a small amount of time.
The drops, the hooks, the whatever. So it kind of makes sense to reason. But anyway, back to your EP.
Yeah, but back to the point before the EP is I need to only just promote like Hood Politics, my music. That's what I'm a part of. So any type of music I'm putting out, I want that label on it, and I want it to be either a remix for Hood Politics or an EP of mine or a compilation.
And your music's good enough, dude. Tell someone that was the other thing. You just reminded me. That was point 2 I was going to make was that. I mean, as you know, I've released a lot of music on Juice Recordings, my own label, my own imprint, right? So similar, you guys have your own imprint, and I've always done that. So I don't have to wait on anybody else for one thing.
Exactly.
And I don't really have to, like, nobody, like, I've always had different levels of feedback when I send things to people. It's a lot of damn work.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about with the hustle part, because some of that hustle doesn't contribute to you making more music.
Yeah.
Like, that's part of what I'm saying with all this hustle and grind. Nothing wrong with hustle and grind, but it's like you gotta, I think, stop every now and then and make sure that the energy to the hustle and grind is going towards the right things. Because if your hustle and grind is 10 hours a day on top of a second job making music, I'm kind of all for that.
Yeah.
But if the hustle and grind is an hour a day making music and 8 hours sending demos out, I don't know, man. And I would scratch my head on that one a little bit.
I think even me said, like, last year, I wanted to send out demos galore. I wanted to get on every label. And with getting denied and getting
tempting,
feedback,
dude.
I changed my sound. I mean, you're so influenced when you're early and you're like producing and actually kind of getting on stuff. So you get on some labels, and then you get some like kind of bigger ones, and you're right there, almost at the cusp of the bigger ones. And then you get denied by them, and they give you feedback, and they almost tell you to change your sound and take out that big synth you put in there. It's too much. It's too busy for us.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's kind of what I want. That's kind of my sound. I'm sorry, that's what I wanted.
Well,
so.
I think it's a good move, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when I did, you know, I'm doing a lot of different music now, but when I was pretty much in like the peak of like 2015 break stuff, and had a couple hits in there in that relative sphere. Dude, I had remix request a week, man.
What?
Coming in. I'm not kidding you, dude. It was insane. Like, I couldn't even, like, I just had to be like, I can't.
Yeah.
And they would pay. And so that's what I'm saying. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you could, you know, you don't get paid tons in any genre probably, but in that arena, you could get, you know, it'd be $300 to $1,000, but one a week coming in, one every other week coming in terms of requests, you know? So I'm just saying, like, and my point is that was all pretty much off of that related notoriety at the time came from two songs that were not the hardest to make and were that situation.
Yeah, they
is what I'm saying. No, they were great. I loved them, but they just weren't that hard to. They were not the most challenging thing that I ever you know put eyeballs and ears on. So, you know, just saying that. But anyway, just going back to those kind of two things. So doing it on your own imprint, I think it's awesome. You keep all the rights.
Exactly.
If you ever have a song that blows up, it's going to blow up no matter what label it's on.
Yeah.
If it's awesome, it's going to get played. It's just going to get played.
Well, dude, hey, so
you know?
Click Lick It Good. there's another funny story about Click the actual song itself. Right here.
Oh,
yeah. Click that.
Go into the
So
quiet Beatport.
Yeah. So it's been on a bunch of Beatport playlists, and it's got
appears on. Right.
And then check this. Check this. The newest one. Check the.
This guy.
Yeah.
You want me to click on it?
Yeah, click on it real quick.
The April shortlist, Tech House, Beatport.
Look at the number one song.
Yeah, dude.
I was all like, number one? What
I love
the
it,
fuck?
man.
And so our distribution sent it in like about 2 to 3 weeks early, and then I get a message on Facebook, my More Than Friends Facebook fan, not fan page, producer page, which no one ever really messaged me on that. And it was one of the editors of Tech House at Beatport saying, "Hey, I love this song. It's
awesome.
It's gonna be one of the cooler songs."
Isn't it funny, dude, where people hit you up?
I was like, "What?"
I looked. It's like, I don't know. It's 500 followers. You got 500 or something, right?
I'd hate using Facebook for artists.
It's retarded anyway.
I hate using it.
It's retarded anyway, dude. I have. It's pretty funny. So, like, on my Facebook artist profile page, it's like 30-some thousand people. Now, let me tell you how that happened. In large part, it was 2015, 2016, and I went. I did a lot of shows, 60, maybe 70 in that year, and some of it was out of the country, this and that. So I'd get all these likes, you know, and a little bit of promo, and then ads with EPs and shit was coming out all the time. But I would get literally thousands of likes when I went and did the things in India, did the things in Europe, that kind of stuff, and like. Then what happens is those people like musically I've kind of moved along, and maybe they do or don't earn, but you can't remove
they don't like you.
Well, you can't remove dead like either not dead like literally, but like you can't remove people that are no longer interested or inactive. You can't do anything, dude. So if the page is like 6-7 years old, and I was talking with Susan about this once, because you know there's all this there's always some debate about about pages that have a lot of likes but don't get a lot of interaction, whatever. I'm like, dude, these are perfect reasons why this happens.
Yeah,
you have a page for 7-8 years and you go through 2-3 different fan bases or styles or whatever. Like a lot of people they don't unlike.
That's true.
If they just stop liking your music on Beatport or they're not into it or whatever. Life changes, married, kids, people move along.
Lose interest of house music.
They don't like raves anymore. Whatever, dude. They moved on to country, whatever. Anyway, that was pretty funny. So don't sweat that. You don't seem to care anyway.
It doesn't matter, man. Just make good music and put it out.
It's
That's all that
matters. It's just
a
page with your graphics on it.
It really is.
Call it a day right there. Yeah. What else? I'll tell you. When I was listening to, let me go back a little bit. But to people that can't see this, we're just goofing around on Beatport on the More Than Friends and Hood Politics Hood Poly page, and I really liked. I listened through the top 10. I liked this one. That was yours.
That's me.
And then I'm down with these guys, Rifa.
Oh, they're the
Now.
best. We're trying to organize, or we are organizing a party with Rifa and Clem Lee to come out here do something in LA.
They're really great people.
Yeah.
And then I love this Bubbles track, dude.
Oh, so good.
It's obviously up at number 2, so I hit it kind of earlier, but it's got a little bit of that ghetto style that I tend to like.
Skanka is a gem. When we found him, he sent us a demo, and I was like, he produces just like us. This is going to be great. And he's got a couple remixes coming out for us, too. And that's the best part about Hood Politics, is when you get an EP or you do a remix with us, we just want you to keep producing with us. We like you. We like you a lot. Let's keep doing music. And just give us all your music.
Speaking of remixes, how's that remix coming?
Oh, man. I haven't really
you haven't done anything?
I've worked on a lot. I made a little bit. Oh, man.
Come on, man.
It's coming.
Get that thing done. Steven liked it. The original. He hit me up. He liked it. Did you hear how his jaunt was to Coachella?
Yeah, it looks so fun.
I didn't see anything.
It was so pretty much.
He played somewhere?
He played at the pretty much the after party in the park, like the campgrounds.
Oh, right on.
So when the festival ends at like midnight, right? Like midnight.
Yeah, it's early.
Yeah. So when everyone's walking to their campground, there's a huge dome, and there's just house music playing, and they're like, "Oh, I'll stay here. I'll stay here and party."
Cool, man. Yeah. Well, I'm stoked for him. Yeah, man. That's good. There's a couple people I've seen. Guy, Henry Pope.
Yeah.
Familiar with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he I actually met him, funny, because he's from LA area, and they do the Genius Loki Festival down in Punta Cabra, south of Ensenada.
I think Joey's playing that this year.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm not going to make it this year. Maybe we'll get into why later. But I went the last couple of years. It was awesome. No politics. No hood politics.
No hood politics.
It's all good stuff. Nah, dude, I never have politics with shows and any of that stuff. If I don't go to something, it's always because I just got interested in doing something else that conflicts with the dates.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was I saying? Yeah, so Henry, I actually I did a festival for a while, Electric Love Music Festival. They just didn't have it this year, but it's been going for about 5 years near Vancouver. So anyway, Average Gypsy, you familiar with them? You seen them?
I've seen them on a lineup.
They're a duo, a guy-girl duo couple out of Vancouver area in Canada. Anyway, so they just did a collab with Henry.
Okay.
It did really well on Bass House charts. It's still popping around on Beatport, Bass House charts, all that stuff. They're super cool. But that's how I met Henry. Yeah, so anyway, I don't know. But Henry's playing at Coachella.
Well,
that's where this all came back around.
Well, Henry's playing Coachella.
I could have just said Henry's playing at Coachella, dude. And Lobo Man. You know Lobo Man? You heard of him?
No.
Lobo Man and Henry, they do the Genius Loki party together. Maybe one other guy, but I think they founded it. They were like down there driving around surfing for years. They're surf buddies, music buddies.
I remember when Genius Loki first got advertised.
It's on about 8 years now.
Yeah.
7, 8 years now. Yeah. It's trippy. If you know someone playing or you just get a chance to go down there or play.
Yeah, looks like a fun festival.
Take the opportunity. It's cool.
Take your surfboard, hang out.
Yeah. You don't have to take much. Last year I took a microwave, dude. I took a microwave because it was like my third time going. And like food prep and you've been to many desert parties or any desert parties where it's like solo camp. It's just camping and there's no shit out there. You got to bring everything, leave no trace, whatever. That's how this is. And so like by the third time I was just like, you know what, man? I'm just taking my crew cab truck and I put a tent in the bed. I'm not pitching tents or shade or nothing. And I'm just bringing a microwave. I'm going to prepare my food ahead of time and like bring it down in little vacuum sealed bags. And I just had like 2 meals a day, dude. I just microwaved them. But then people would come over to use my microwave. I had to crank up the generator, start the microwave up. It's hilarious. It's sitting in the backseat of my truck.
Oh, man.
That's right, dude. People laughed until they needed a microwave.
Desert parties are so fun. We actually just played Lucidity Festival like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Tell me about that. I know nothing.
Oh, Lucidity Festival. So it's up in East County, Santa Barbara. Not really that far east. Just I think it's called Live Oak Campground. It's put on by Bix King. Shout out Bix. He books for EOS Lounge in Santa Barbara. Okay. Him and a bunch of people up there produce it, and it's just a kind of same thing. It's just very wookish. A lot of hippies and a lot of stuff like that. And
Wook.
A lot of fun. There's something called Lucid University. I'm like, I have to see this. So I walk in and I see some guy just banging on a little sitting drum like this, and then just yelling. And then I look to see who's behind the tent, and it's just like 50 people laying on the ground just staring up. I'm like,
how many people go to this?
Probably like 5,000. It's pretty small.
It's near the beach or out in a county park type area?
Yeah, county park. Yeah. It's not super, like, it's just up
5,000's a lot of people.
Yeah. Maybe less.
That's fun, dude.
I
I don't know how many, one stage?
I'm horrible at gauging audiences.
One stage for DJs,
No.
though?
So we have 2 stages for DJs, and there was like a band stage. Like, actually, like, bands played there.
How's the band stage working out?
I didn't really see any of it. I just did the house stage.
There's this guy, you ever seen this dude? He's a YouTube, like, I don't want to call him sensation, but he's pretty popular. He's maybe in his, I'm going to guess somewhere in his 50s, maybe 60, but he's a wicked guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
And he's always, his last name is like, either last or first name is Beto. If you like Google him, let me see if I can find him real quick. But if you like Google this Beto guitar guy on YouTube, something like that, I think Beto.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's all talking about this. Now that we have a potential candidate for president running in there, that he's all got all over the place. Mm-hmm. But anyway, something like that. He picks apart all these rock songs. But anyway, he did this little segment like 2 weeks ago or something about why rock music's dead, and it was all related to he literally pulled out Pro Tools and Ableton
Mm-hmm.
and did this whole really, really technical deep dive on the reasons why people, as in studio engineers,
Mm-hmm.
started to quantize drums
Mm-hmm.
back like 15 years ago. And then as a result, he names the 2 Pro Tools plugins. It's a really interesting watch for like 20 minutes. Yeah. And he goes through all these he goes deep dives on all this shit. And he gets down into mostly Pro Tools and showing like, just the way it used to be done, like old school, sort of where, like now we're working Fruity Loops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how the time, the pitch change features are in Fruity Loops.
Yeah.
But in Ableton, they're like just all real time.
Mm-hmm.
You can change BPM and everything just slides around, and there's no gaps or there's no interpolation of stuff that you see anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure the algorithms and whatnot in the program do that, but they're just super smooth. Like you don't have to worry about quality too much. But old school, it used to be like you would actually, like a live drummer would play the session,
Mm-hmm.
and then depending on, they're playing a normal kit, so you're going to have all the different parts of a normal kit
Yeah.
for a rock band. And then like an audio engineer, because dance music and other things were coming along, and because the digital audio workstations were now out
Mm-hmm.
and sort of ubiquitous,
Mm-hmm.
the engineers would go in and like literally move all the kicks and snares and hats and everything to some quantized,
Yeah.
maybe a 16th, but nonetheless quantized,
Mhm.
right? Well, so all music started to sound like it had no swing. This is him describing this.
Okay.
This
It's
is not
too-
necessarily
it's
my
too
opinion
good, yeah.
totally, but it's his analysis and breakdown.
I could see that for live music and drummers, how
Yeah.
you don't want it to be perfect every time. It's
Yeah.
really not going to be 95 BPM. It'll be like 95.4 or something like
Yeah,
that.
so he in the video's breakdown, like he can be pretty raw. So he's not like hating on electronic dance music overall. He's just saying that because that started to become so popular, and then like studios were doing both and this and that started to influence how rock music then got produced, and then he says that's the death of rock music.
No
So that's
swing.
why I made the joke about how the band stage is doing, because usually they're fairly empty.
Yeah, they're pretty empty. Like I never saw a band.
Yeah,
I think I
like-
heard them once when I was trying to sleep.
Yeah. Were there any bands you were ever into?
Yeah, I used to love. I started playing bass, and then I
alright.
started playing guitar. But before we move on from Lucidity, I want to ask you a question, your opinion on something. Lucidity lets you, and a lot of other festivals like desert festivals, where there's pretty much no rules out there. Just be a nice person and just be kind. And you're allowed to bring kids,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with that to an extent. But when the kids start messing with how the music's like put out and like what you're trying to do, then that's the problem. Because at about, I think like 1:30ish, 2 o'clock, they had to turn the music down in the house stage like really low, like super low, because right up a hill it was family camping. I'm like, we're literally out in the middle of nowhere right now.
Dude, what's the question?
What's your opinion on it? What do you think? Do you think kids should be allowed at music festivals?
If it's strictly a music festival with music stages, I don't think it's the right place for kids.
Yeah,
I just don't think it's the right atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's not, to me, it's not so much about the volume of music, which for any human should be limited or understood in terms of like health-wise.
Yeah.
But, earplugs, all that kind of stuff, and just that. But even if that's okay, I just don't think like if it's purely stage dancing and the antics that go with that, I feel like that's an 18 and up place.
Right. And so someone said, like, your mind will change. Like, you would want to bring your kid to a music festival, and I don't think I would. I would want my kid to experience it the way I started, by going to it on my own with my friends. And
I think if there's a daytime portion to it, that maybe that's a balance. Like, I get it, exposing your kids and not having them like all in a box just doing nothing but studying in school their whole first 18 years. I get that. Yeah. I mean, I'm not conservative in that sense. I just don't think that the things that I've seen go on,
exactly,
mentally, just sexually, these types of things. I don't know too many people that probably think those are like the total right atmosphere for a prolonged exposure for a 5-year-old.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Fine, if they're there once and it was like, oh, I didn't expect that, okay, and then maybe you explain to them, okay, that's what that was, and we probably won't do that again, cover your ears, whatever, but yeah,
all they're thinking about is that really fun moment where you're with your friends and family and listen to music, but you don't look to the left, you see some kid doing cocaine off a spoon and somebody else throwing up in the corner.
It's like, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if I would want to explain that.
And they're just sitting there looking at the moment, just loving it while somebody's throwing up in the corner right next to them.
Yeah.
Just passed out.
And other weird things can happen that are just scary for kids.
Exactly.
Like, that's part of it. I know like my sister's kids, man, they get scared at stuff that's just like, are you serious?
Even during our set,
like a mask, they get scared and freak out for 3-4 days.
Well, during our set, we were playing, and I look at the front of the crowd because you can basically see everybody right there, and I see a little girl just jumping up and down like this, and then our friend group was like, "Let's go find your mom." She's like, "I don't want to go." I was like, "Oh god."
I think it's great they enjoy it. If there's really a market for it, I think someone should throw events for them.
Events for kids.
Yeah,
events for kids,
and kind of flip it around where like the adult is maybe a little more bored, having to basically take the kid to that's my 2 cents.
Rave,
that's my 4 cents. Yeah, I mean, if I'm DJing, crowd's going off, it's probably a little harder for me to play like some of my music, which is not all rated for children.
None of my music's for children.
Like, I had to edit. When I did this game soundtrack, dude, I had to edit like half the songs, man. Had to edit, and and the thing is, I never even thought about the words being offensive to kids, but they didn't pass Sony's,
What did they make?
Like, we could say Sony's is conservative as whatever, but or as big corporate and has to comply with FCC, maybe all these American laws, whatever. But I can tell you, having gone through that a number of times with video game projects, you can't. There's the straight up cuss words, which are obvious, shit, damn, fuck, piss, whatever.
Yeah,
but then,
piss is a cuss word.
Yeah, they get banned. There's lists of them that they have to comply with. Yeah, and then for radio and video games and things like that, to get ratings, if you want a PG-13 rating or 11 or whatever, there's multiple ratings you can get. If you want to get those, you have to comply. So it's up to them. So I'm familiar with those, and so it's known words and then innuendo. And innuendo in house music is just, you almost can't escape it, dude.
There's always something. It means something else.
Yeah, like sexual. I mean, even like you like Fisher, like his music, that big song, "I'm Losing It," that one, like that could possibly even have a problem, something like that in the context of the whole. Yeah.
But it's played too much. That's why.
Well, yeah. But anyway, there's my 2 cents. I think it's kind of funny though, because for almost a year doing the early podcast here, we always had to be PG-13.
Really?
Well, yeah, but I'll tell you why. Because it was when this big game came out, and so that was PG-13. So we just had to be really careful, because we had there were a lot of kids that were fans of the game that would hang out either SoundCloud or YouTube or whatever and interact with stuff. And so we were just being polite. Like, we weren't forced to do it on other things than the game. But it just kind of made sense. Like, all right, like there's kids that are 11 years old that are interacting with the YouTube videos and all stoked and stuff. Like, we don't need them to interact and be talking about orgy domes and whatever.
Orgy domes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that stuff. But well, Lucidity, there's one.
Oh, that was fun. That was my first. No, that was my second festival I played, and it's fun.
Awesome, man.
We have a lot of shows at Sidebar coming up. Have you been to the new Sidebar after the remodel?
I haven't, but I think did Wookiee just play there?
Probably. Oh yeah, he played with Space Yacht. I'm pretty sure. But yeah. It's a really nice remodel. Super. It looks very fancy. I feel fancy when I'm there. lights going up, the whole thing. I feel like
I went there before, so I'd be actually, and I wasn't like stoked to go back. So now it's like, did they change configuration any?
Exactly, and there's no cage or anything for the DJ booth.
Yeah.
Cheesy.
Yeah, that was weird.
It's super weird.
That was very 80s.
So dumb. So stupid. But
Super 80s.
It looks so cool now.
Well, what's coming up there? What's going on there?
So this Friday, it's Joey's EP release. Nutty, his Bucky Gun EP. Oh, my God, these 2 songs are so good. Revlo just got a song premiered. It's out right now. I think it's on Electronic Groove.
All right.
On Hip Politics SoundCloud right now. And so, yeah, we have Revlo from Brighton and Savader from Australia. It's Joey's EP release party, and we have a special performance by our friend Kelby. He was on Joey's EP. He's doing the vocals, and he's going to come and sing the song. So that's going to be nice. And then me and Stevie are
local or from somewhere else?
He's from Encinitas. He lives in LA, but he's from Encinitas.
What's a singer before or rock
just
band?
A friend.
Or
just a friend. He's going to come do the song. You'll see. You'll see. He'll be dressed very nice.
I wish I could be there.
You should be there.
I can't.
You're guest list every show.
I'm driving, dude. Car, man.
Oh yeah, you're driving your car in Ensenada.
Let me show you this thing real quick. Jeez. Just since I've bullshit and talked about it, let me.
For those who don't know, Wes Smith is going to Ensenada to drive a Volkswagen in a race.
Yeah, the actually the best way to see it, I don't have the picture right there. I'll just show you on my. I think I posted one here real quick. Hold on, I put it as this car. You see my name there, dude. So I posted this because I was like, this is my favorite lineup ever. I got another picture of the car down here though. Well, anyway, it's a pretty killer like Volkswagen Beetle, and it's it's black and white and got logos and shit all over it. And I'm on the team that's driving from Ensenada to Cabo. It's about 1,250 miles.
What?
Yeah, dude. 6-day race. It's a daytime only race, so it's
you
like 6 days.
You were fucking crazy.
I've been called worse.
You're a fucking madman, Wes. Jesus.
I've been called worse, dude. Yes, this guy. Well, I'm going to tell you a story related to this, which hopefully is encouraging both to you as a forging artist.
Okay.
I'm not going to say starting because you're way beyond that.
Oh, thank you.
Forging artist.
I still feel like I'm starting.
But you're forging. You'll always feel that way. But you're making good grooves, man. Good headway. But anyway, the story it goes a little bit back to our thing about sending out demos and talking with people and contacting people. So I used to work on Volkswagens, like several different kinds when I was younger, kind of high school and just into that sort of thing. Me and another buddy loved them and rebuilt a few, made some customs like Cali style stuff, things like that. And then, a little time goes on, you work a little bit, get doing things, music, whatever. And sort of forgot about them. And I was watching this documentary. It's called Dust to Glory. And it's about the Baja 1000. You ever heard of that race? Anyway, so that's a race of varying proportions, but it's in Baja. Long. It's been going for like 35 years. Maybe longer, maybe a little shorter. Anyway, so I'm watching this documentary, and it's all these like trophy trucks and super fast cars and shit, and it looks awesome, and motorcycles, and they're all going like 150, 200 miles an hour. I'm like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But not for me, I'm thinking, right? Just watching this, having a beer. Then I see this Volkswagen Beetle, dude, just kind of, it's going like 30 miles an hour, dude. And I'm just like, I'm out of my seat,
That's
man.
cool.
Like, what the hell is that, dude? And so I started paying attention, and then it was crazy, man. I just like, while I'm watching it, I start like writing the names down of people they're talking about in the documentary, and I just start going looking for them online. And, you'll find news articles and, the typical stuff like you would find on whatever, Green Velvet or Diplo or anyone else, and there's no way to contact them, right? I find a couple things, dig a little bit, and finally I'm like, dude, I got to hit some people up, see if they know any of these guys.
Yeah.
Someone respond to me, man. So I went down to the race, and I was like, hey, I'm going to go down with a girlfriend of mine from LA. We're going to go down and watch the Baja 1000. I was like, do you know any of these people in this list? Because I'm like, oh, someone responded, dude. I got to get all my questions in right now. Yeah. And they were totally cool. Like, oh, well, I know them all. They're like, but so-and-so is not going to be there, not going to be there, not going to be there. But this guy is. And I was like, sweet. And he's like, and I'll send an email to him and introduce you. And, make sure, like, if you get down there, you can say, hey, cool. Went down there, said hey to him. Year later, next thing you know, dude, I'm riding in the car, man. Helping with the team.
There you go.
Got my name on the car.
I like that. Wes Smith coming up.
So my point is, you can. It works with music too, though. Is all I'm saying. Like sending out the demos thing, I think I kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
It gets tiresome. You get told all these things. They're trying to change you, maybe whatever, or they just don't. So many non-answers, right?
Yeah.
But I do think networking is very important.
And I totally agree with you.
Make sure
that.
it counts, though.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And it's only good networking. I hate for people like just do something just to do something rather than like help someone else or just not do it for the right reasons. And you see some people like, I don't know, just kind of sell out their sound for something for a label rather than just be themselves. Like,
Yeah.
don't change your sound.
So here's a good opinion question for you. Your opinion. You asked me about the kids, so I got one for you. So when you send stuff out and people don't answer, what do you think the reasons are for that?
Oh, they probably just saw it and then they're too busy and didn't want to look at it again and just kept living their life. I really don't think it's like out of hate by any means.
I don't think it's hate.
I don't think
it's hate.
I don't think it's hate at all. Or just like they may have listened to it and they're just like, it's whatever and I don't want to deal with it.
Do you think there's that many people that are that popular and busy?
No, I just think people are lazy. I think
Very-
I was lazy. And it's like I could respond and say, hey, this is cool. I could just not do it and just live my life. It sucks because I remember when I would send stuff out to people and be like, hey, can I get some feedback and just ask to reach out. And you just want to be told you're liked. Just say, hey, this is cool. Just say, like it.
Even that.
That's all you want. You're
love the tune.
You're so vulnerable early on in
Yeah.
your stage. You're just like, please tell me you like it. Tell me I'm doing something right. And then they don't. You see it's red. You're just like, fuck.
Haven't even looked at
God
it.
damn it. I suck.
No, nothing.
And-
yeah.
But then I think you need to go through that to find your sound, and I think you should get on some labels in the beginning. Yeah,
Totally.
and it builds your confidence too when you get labels like on labels like, damn, what I thought of is cool enough to get on something else, something bigger than me.
I think that's good.
It's good. It's a good feeling. I'm not taking that down, but
Speaking of which, the man talking about getting on labels, let's talk about these a little bit. I'm looking at your SoundCloud. By the way, your SoundCloud is just More Than Friends 42?
More Than Friends 42 SoundCloud.com/More Than Friends 42.
More Than Friends 42. But I'm interested in all these labels, man. Tell me a little bit.
So this all happened within the first 6 to 8 months of More Than Friends. It started with Prescribed. That was Jacob Wilcox out in the UK. He was really good friends with our friend Joey Nutty.
Yep.
And we sent stuff to him on his channel Prescribed, and he loved it. And then pretty much after that, you get your little confidence going. I got on Late Night Jackin' in San Diego locals.
So that was Prescribed. That's the UK label. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then is Late Night Jackin' on there? Oh shit, I gotta put that on there. But yeah, all this stuff.
Get it together, man.
Overdose is run by Manessix. When I first started again, after my second or third song, he reached out to me personally and said, I love your music. I'm making a compilation for Amsterdam Dance Event for my record label I'm starting, Overdose. And we've been friends ever since. We support each other's music, and we're doing the same thing. He's got the same mindset himself, and they've been doing really, really good.
I like it.
Yeah, House of Hustle. I don't really know. I think they're from UK. And I was on a compilation of theirs and played with some of the boys out in actually LA or Long Beach area. Phantom Freak and all the boys. Yeah.
And then Perfect Driver, they're out of LA?
Perfect Driver out of LA. That's Matthew Williams.
I think I went to a label night of theirs at Bang Bang.
Yeah. I think Matthew Williams runs it.
Maybe Hot Fire was there.
Yeah,
something.
that was them.
Okay.
I was very happy. So I actually made a song with Omnom. Do you know Omnom?
Mm-mm.
He got on Dirty Bird. He's huge now. He's in the festival circuit. And when we first started producing, or I first started, and then he reached out after a song that he liked of mine, send me a song he wanted to collab on with. I took the vocals, the synth, just little toms and an effect, and just did the More Than Friends work on it, and made that song. It's my first best-selling song. Yeah. And actually,
how long ago was that?
That was a year ago. Yeah.
That's an example of what I was saying. You got a bottle opener?
Of course.
I just realized you snuck ahead of me there.
Of course.
Oh, I got one more.
Still got more?
Yeah.
But yeah,
the magical and delicious pale ale.
And you know the funny thing is, you look back at all these songs, and some labels are really good. I'm not doubting any labels by any means, but it's nothing like I'm producing now.
That's what we're having, folks. Anyway.
You just I love looking at the progression. I put all the music that I used to make trap and hip hop actually. That was when I first started producing. I made trap and hip hop, and I put all of it back on my phone. and some of the old house stuff I made, just so I could listen to it and compare it to what I make now, and it makes me so happy.
Do you feel like any of your trap and hip hop, experience carried over, and if so, what?
Oh, 1,000%. I love hip hop. I love it so much, sampling hip hop, and when you hear house music, and it's just pumping all day. There's parties that it's just house for fucking 10 hours, possibly. There's festivals where it's all house music. But then there's some songs where it just breaks into like a hip hop beat, like a slow 126, like hip hop beat, or just changes the mood completely and just does an automation on the BPM. Like if you just make a song like that, that's what I want to do. Make it like a 95 to like everyone loves hip hop. I think everyone who likes music and like EDM and house music and festival scene, everyone likes hip hop.
I mean, there's no doubt it's part of all North American culture.
Cool, exactly.
For sure. Anywhere I've ever traveled, it's definitely, it's at a minimum party music.
Exactly.
At a minimum.
Exactly. So everyone's going to like it. People are like, you have to play house. You have to play house. What if I just switched it up and just turned into a fucking like just a little 95 dance party right now?
You can do it.
Everyone would have a great time. People want to experience it. People want to be like, that guy played banging house music and then threw down a 15-minute hip-hop set.
It's one of the things I appreciate about you and the Hood Poly fam, like the couple parties I've been able to go to, and one that stood out was maybe not the biggest one, but was at the what's the Mexican restaurant?
El Camino.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Oh man,
I don't think I saw you there, but I saw Joey, I think, and then Steve was playing.
Yeah,
and I had to leave before he was done, but yeah, it was just fun, man, because you could play a million things, but I just thought Steve did a great job as he was closing it out.
Yeah.
With kind of the peak, on the close, because it was a day party, and just doing a good job of like realizing that people were high energy, ready to pump their fists, whatever, dude. Yeah. And he played to it.
Exactly.
That was great.
Exactly. And that's what we're all about. So
I mean, I'd heard him play other times, or you guys talk about music, and I've listened to your label, and clearly he was playing some stuff that was not maybe your label type stuff. Maybe a little bit more EDM-ish, whatever we want to call it, right? And crossover, whatever. But it was great because it was what you'd spent the whole day warming up this crowd to whatever, roll their heads off towards the end, and he nailed it.
Oh, man, I love changing the mood's the best part about playing. I think when people, whenever I go on, I just want to turn it just up. When I go on, I want everyone's heads to turn. The whole party changed. People are like, whoa, now it's a party. It's a party starter. Hey.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the that's definitely one of the things. This girl ShYo that I work with out of San Francisco to do anytime we do label parties that are label organized. She always helps me put those together because she's super awesome DJ and very responsible and good with similar to my taste in organizing people.
Yeah.
And finding talent. But we spend a good bit of time like listening to, like we don't just pick DJs that we just know.
Yeah.
And there's no favors. Like it's like, there's no gig swaps, no nothing. It's like, what are we going to do to make sure that if people come out to hear myself and ShYo and they come early or they come late or they stay late or whatever the scenario is all night, they're going to have a great night the whole night. Like that's how we look at it. Like, and that's how we spend the time curating those people. There's no like, even to the opener, man. Because sometimes we'll say to each other like, well, they're going to open. There may not be many people there. I'm like, yeah, but what if there's 20 people there? You don't want any of them to leave.
Wes, I'm so happy you said that.
You want them all to be there.
I was literally
So there's 40. If there's if your capacity is 300 and you've got 300 before the co-headliner comes on, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Don't worry about people getting tired and leaving.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's great, man. That's a great night.
It's so funny because I was just
it up.
I was just thinking about that. Everyone, whenever you start, you're the opener. Everyone has gone through opening.
Dude, I've opened so many parties.
So many. Oh my god! My first time I played in LA, I played from 9 to 9:30. It was me and the bartender. I was ripping it.
Yeah, I played with 0 people at a festival, dude. When you're 0, you might as well be sound checking.
I love it. Oh my god, I love playing to nobody, and the staff just like, hell yeah, this is dope. I like this.
Yeah.
But you need to go through that. You need to go through playing from 0 to 10 people, and just there's you need to win them over. I actually have more fun when it's a really small crowd. 'Cause I'm like, come on, get up here.
It's a much bigger challenge. You know,
I do the
like
same.
I have tons of respect for these. When I see these photos, we'll talk about Coachella because I've just seen so many photos in the last week. But you know, you see these photos of whatever it is, 20,000, 50,000. I don't know how many. You can't even see how far it goes.
Can't gauge it. It could be
Jaws
a
is
enemy.
playing, or Fisher, or whoever, Green Velvet, whatever, and it's just endless people. So, like, total respect for that because I've never played a crowd that big, and so I'm sure that's got its own complications. Just playing a crowd that big and almost looking at yourself like, what? You know, like
out of your
especially
body,
the first time you do
out-of-body
something like that.
experience,
Yeah. So that's a whole different thing. But I definitely know that playing a crowd of any size larger than say 1,000 people is 1,000 to some size is way easier than playing to 10.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah, because you can do
especially if the 10 are in a big space that is later going to be thousands, because you just like they're just right there, man. It's like in your living room, but yet it's like you bought a football field for your party, but there's only 5 people there.
What about playing on a Wednesday, every Wednesday for a whole summer at a sushi bar while people are still eating dinner? How do you like that?
I've never done that, but I think I remember last time when you guys were here, you told me you were doing a party
that's
at
how
a
we
sushi
started.
spot.
Yeah, at Zenbu we would. That's how we started for a whole summer. I think probably 2 summers we played at Zenbu out in Cardiff. It's now a Chase Bank. God, so sad about that. We used to play there every Wednesday and start at like 9:30, and people would still be eating, and we'd just be playing house music, and it'd be perfect. And then 10 o'clock rolls around, all our friends come through, and we turn into a party. And we turn a sushi restaurant into a party.
Was that the party?
Oh, that was the party. That was it. That was the party at Zenbu. That was why.
I mean, it kind of looks like a sushi wall
Yes,
behind you.
that was it. That's the party.
Nice, dude. I picked it right.
Wig parties are the best. Wig parties are so much fun. It's like a mask for your hair, so you become a different person.
Look at me getting wild.
Yeah.
What else have I got in here that I can...
Down in
I want to
PB.
throw... I don't know where this is. I'm going to throw
That's
one
down
up
in
of the
PB.
Hood Poly crew, though.
Yeah.
Where you
Cosmolia
guys
Joey.
at in this one?
That's down. Where in PB is that? Crap, I'm losing some of my memory. I don't know. Not Fire. It was after Firehouse, not Avenue.
Yeah, that's not Firehouse. It's
Yeah.
not Avenue either.
It was like a
It
small
looks
bar.
somewhere
I don't
like
even
down.
remember.
It looks like Duck Dive. It's
Duck Dive. It is Duck Dive.
I can see
You're
the
right,
chick
yeah.
in the back.
I've only been
That's
there
the
once
mural
for
on
that,
the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never go there for music, but I
Mhm.
do go there and eat some.
Yeah.
They've got a wicked club sandwich with avocado and bacon.
Ooh.
It's pretty nice, dude.
Another thing I was thinking about is like we said, we've opened, I'd say, at least 100 times, at least. Just open a set, just open the party and no one's there. But there's those times, like you said, when there's 10 to 40 people, 50 people actually there, and you want them to have a good time. And then I've opened for some okay names and things like that, but they're headliners and they're people from out of town. You know, all the people are there probably to see me or because of the party we organize. What I'm thinking is, I've been told this before. Hey, tone it down. Don't play like loud music. Don't do big music. I'm like,
Right.
But that's me. I'm gonna play my songs. That's when I said fuck everybody. I'm playing my songs, the things I make, and let's see what the crowd thinks about that.
Yeah.
And then you could just see the manager's face going, motherfucker. And I would kill it. And then this happened at Kettner Exchange. I killed it, and then I get off. And we're just hanging out in the crowd, and then you go grab a drink, and people kind of just start sitting down. And then the headliner goes on. It's at like the rooftop of Kettner,
yeah.
and then he's playing, and
That's a weird space to play.
Yeah, it's a weird space. And then everyone just sitting down and just not even looking at him. Everyone's too tired from my
You're like
set.
playing in the doorway between the inside and the outside, right?
Yeah.
They still set it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the one thing I was thinking about is, why does the
Good
opener
practice.
have to suck for the headliner to look good? If the if the opener has that music and makes that music personally, why does and the person who's headlining makes other music and doesn't really bring that big crowd energy? Why aren't they flip flopped?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It's the hood politics. It's politics.
I've got my
Yeah.
share of experience, but I can tell you the reason why I do these parties with ShYo and she plays is because we play well together.
Mhm.
Like I know there's not going to be like she's not playing before me because she's going to play some subdued set that warms people into this earth-shattering big intro that I
Yeah.
start with and then crush
That's true.
dubstep. I mean, it's not like that.
Yeah.
She's doing it because and sometimes she'll dial it up like maybe further than I thought she was, and I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna have to switch around like where I was gonna try to peak the energy and maybe just play off hers and then bring it slowly down all the way to the closer.
Yeah,
which is fine too. I'm okay with that. Headliners freak out, man. Like,
I love it.
They freak out when they freak out with two things. I have asked your opinion on this. The first thing they freak out on is when somebody plays one of their songs. What do you think about that?
I would no. Why would you do that? If someone's headlining, I would never play their.
Fair
song.
enough.
Yeah.
Most people would make the choice not to play a song of whoever the headliner is.
Ridiculous.
But if the person did, and you're the headliner, like how bent would you really be about that?
I'd be like, I obviously you should have more than that song to play in your set. You could probably replace it with another.
I love that
song.
answer.
Yeah, but I'd be like, what the fuck?
Fair enough, but it's what I always tell people. I'm like, you know what?
Like, whatever,
look, dude.
yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Look, dude. If the best song you've got has
my
been
song.
released,
Yeah,
and they've got it, then
it's fine.
Why are you sitting around, man?
I wouldn't be.
You should have some shit in your quiver.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would never go up to him
next
and
level.
be pissed. I would go up to him and show love.
Yeah, I've seen people rant their ass off on
That's
Twitter and
ridiculous.
Instagram
Get over
and shit
yourself.
about it. It's like, come on, man.
He likes you, and he's trying to be you.
That's what I always tell people. I'm like, be flattered.
Yeah,
dude's so stoked.
He bought
probably
your song.
new,
Yeah.
probably young, whatever. You didn't know him before, so you didn't promo it to him.
Yeah,
and he's just so stoked.
Why are you mad?
Love it.
Yeah,
love it. You've got a fan for life, dude.
Oh God, have you only made 11 songs and that was your 12th song you made?
Because the way I've always seen it is, all right, you've either got a fan for life or be a dick, and now make enemies of not just that person but probably all their friends.
Exactly.
For like beating them up about it. That was my question.
When people ask for songs, I just give it to them. Dude, it's stuff I make on my computer. Have it.
Yeah.
I'm happy you like it. Here, take it.
Well, for me, so I don't end up in that situation, I'm fairly methodical with, like, doing work, finishing songs, and then releasing with kind of a pipeline. So I'll always have 5 or 10 things that I know nobody else has.
I wish I had that right now.
Yeah, well, it'll happen over time.
A lot of my songs are already released.
It'll happen over time because as you make more music and then maybe, you're doing it through Hood Poly, you're not as concerned about demos or all this, being so prolific, whatever. You'll end up with more that you're holding for a while, playing more, I think,
The shows
test
have been
them out,
busy,
tweak them a little bit, and then you'll just have more things that other people don't have. So,
exactly. And even if they're released, I have so much stuff that's kind of old that I remember I was looking at myself, I'm like, I haven't played this in a while. I haven't played this stuff in a little bit. I think I might do that. Yeah. God, gotta love producing music.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that it's gotten so much easier. On the San Diego front, man, what do you think about what's going on? Just the parties.
It's been great. I think
a lot of techno. Before I went to Mexico for a couple of weeks, a lot of techno going on.
I just love. I've seen a lot of just parties galore of house music. It's just local people trying to do the same thing. We're all just trying to book good DJs, throw good parties, and it's great for the community. I love it.
Do you guys ever do? What are some of the other house parties you've played, or do you primarily do Hood Poly parties?
Majority Hood Politics. We've been really busy lately, so like I said, we have a bunch of shows lined up for Sidebar. They gave us free, we have a good deal with them. We're going to be getting a lot of DJs in there, a lot of bigger acts, and we're pretty much booked out till summer, playing up with these people called Sub Sessions. It's basically a second family we've become friends with.
They're from here?
No, they're from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
Oh, okay.
And they throw their own parties out.
I love that area.
It's so beautiful. I love driving up there. And they throw parties, just festivals in the middle of the woods, and it's amazing. They're great people. The crowd that's there, all good. They're all self-starters, and it's again one of those parties like desert but more in like a forest.
You guys have any plans to do most of the ones I've seen have been at smaller venues, but you're doing Sidebar. I don't know, how big is that?
Sidebar's pretty small, to be honest. It's
what's capacity? You know what capacity is?
Probably
100,
maybe maybe 100, 150.
Yeah.
No,
So
probably
I was thinking
200,
150 to 2 maybe at the most.
But either way, and last time we played there, it was a pre-party to Crossed, but it wasn't really associated with Crossed. It was Friday and Crossed was Saturday and Sunday.
It was like your own pre-party.
What we did is we blasted it, and Sidebar is right. Sidebar shares a wall with Bang Bang, And who was playing there? Amtrak was playing there that night.
Oh,
and he was the
right.
only cross pre-party.
Right.
So we're like, we're going to flood the gates of people going to cross right
good
now.
move.
And I remember we killed it, and we had Riffit.
People don't want to wait in line, do they?
Exactly. We had Riffit and John Summit there, and then we crushed it, and we were at capacities from 10:30 till close. And my brother went outside. He's like, there was a line out the door and around the corner all night.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Are you guys doing another one there in May?
We're doing another one. I think we have pretty much one there every Friday in summer. Yeah.
Well, I'm here in May, so
Steve called me twice.
That's why I'm asking if. What's up, Steven? What's the well, if you do another one in May, I'll be back here. The race is like 10 days, so I'll be back like the 8th or 9th.
We have plenty in May.
Through the end of the month.
And then I'm playing Cinco de Mayo at Firehouse.
I won't be here for that. You're battling out with West Coast Weekender, man.
Oh, God. Uh-oh.
What do you think about West Coast Weekender?
Lineup's amazing. Killing it.
Cool.
I'm happy they condensed it. It used to be like a bunch
No
of
drum and bass.
a bunch of giant a bunch of parties around San Diego. Right now it's just like, is it 1 or 2 stages?
Yeah, well, they had no, you're right. They would have a party like at Spin, then they would have a party at Balboa Park, then they would have a party at whatever hotel it was at.
Yeah.
So basically 3 different venues. They might have done one other one year, can't remember. So 4 total. But yeah, this year it's all at what's that casino? Do you know? I don't know. I'm not going to be here for it, so I helped them promote and do some other stuff. And Scarlett does the Scarlet Letter show.
Yeah, I've seen her. Yeah, I've seen her on
UCSD.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. It's a college radio show. You should go hop on there, man.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm gonna go eat lunch with her tomorrow, man.
Nice.
I'll mention it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she'd probably love to have the Hood Poly guys up there.
Definitely.
She probably doesn't know you. She probably doesn't know you in person.
I do not know. I've seen she interviewed Cosmolly and Mitch Dodge, and they're both on Hip Politics. So.
Yeah. No, well, well, so she probably knows who Hood Poly is.
I hope so.
Who doesn't know? Who doesn't know you?
I've seen her only. I love. Everyone knows everybody with Facebook. If you're putting on in the same,
but you know what I'm saying. Like one of the things I like about her, I had her on here one time, and I reached out to her because Maddie Ladd, Matt Simmons.
Yeah.
So he was on her thing, and I saw that, and then I just reached out to her cold. And then she came in here and did this one. I haven't done hers, but she came in here, and then it was cool and it was great. It's just so much different once you sit down with somebody for an hour or two, without a bunch of other distraction going on. Mm-hmm. And so that was really cool. Got to know her a little bit through that, and then she's gonna do through that whole relationship of hers and mine and talk show stuff, whatever podcast stuff. Mm-hmm. She's gonna do the moderate a panel at West Coast Weekender.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you look sharp, Waldo.
Thanks. Where is he?
Somebody made that comment. It was one of your friends.
Good. Good.
But she's going to moderate a panel at West Coast Weekender, and they're going to try to cover the panel she's on is like more specific to San Diego music industry issues or industry scenarios.
Issues?
Scenarios.
What's
not
that?
all issues. Just
give me a scenario.
But they have some of the things. They're like women.
Okay.
In the industry, which isn't in general thing, but they're just focusing on some of the San Diego related perspectives. Yeah, I should say, maybe not issues per se, but they are issues. Also like LGBT community and just like issue maybe is the wrong word, but just like how those are intertwined or not, things like that, right? It's their panel, not mine. Yeah. I just was around to kind of help get it together and introduce her to some people to help that happen. So that's really cool. Yeah. But that's a San Diego thing. That's what I was asking about was San Diego stuff.
It's cool that house music's like really taken seriously in San Diego, Don't you feel that way? Some places,
it is. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely a
I think a lot of West Coast cities take it pretty serious.
San Diego, LA, San Francisco. That's really
like I've never heard anybody say like any of the major West Coast cities all the way up to Vancouver. I've never heard anybody say or complain about like, no, all we have is trap.
Yeah, no, the days of that is over.
Or all we have is dubstep.
I haven't seen even when trap and EDM was a big thing. Even at these like small clubs, you'd never see a trap or dubstep show. You may, but it'd be super awkward. There wouldn't be that many people there. But
now even the term EDM, people don't even treat it as like what they did in 2012.
Exactly.
Or 15, right? It's like it's just dance music.
It really is. And when I say Like, I don't even say I like EDM, I like house, even though it is technically...
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying it's blurred.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get the genre when it was just the acronym, but I'm just saying, like, even that for a lot of average party goers is kind of blurred.
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
And there's always people I've played at parties.
It's not as offensive as it was in 2012.
Oh, yeah. I played at parties, and people are just having a great time, the crowd's up, and you still see... I will go to the bathroom, this one kid's like, I just can't stand house music. I'm like... Oh, well, that sucks. We'll be playing it all night, so... But I'm like, but the party's so fun you can't leave. Your friends aren't going to leave.
You know, look at Miguel. He posted, he's like, EDM is trash.
EDM is trash. Oh, Stevie. You should be here.
Oh, I didn't see his... there you go.
320.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
You know this guy, Jalil? I think that's...
Jalil Jagas?
Yeah, I think he's... you know Matthew Bryan? They used Matthew Bryan house music through and through. They used to be roommates, and the way I met Matthew was on here before, and the way I met Matthew was he did a 24-hour DJ set.
What?
Yeah, at his apartment, all him through, and he did like a genre per hour.
That's pretty dope.
Went through everything, dude.
That's
Hip-hop,
pretty dope.
Disco, trance,
a
goa,
24-hour DJ
house,
set.
EDM, bangers, just all of it. It was hilarious, man. It was so long. I went when he started at like 9 a.m. and then I had to go to LA the next day, so I went home. I came back before I went to LA. Some of the same people were standing there.
How drunk did he get?
Hanging
How
out.
many joints did he smoke that day?
But I had him on after that. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, that's amazing, man. But he did it for like what's the big event that's in LA? That big trade show. Music?
NAMM?
NAMM.
Yeah.
NAMM was sponsoring an education-based charity thing.
Okay.
So he did it and donated all the money to the
That's
NAMM
super
Education
dope.
for Kids or something.
Yeah,
Music
that's super
education.
dope.
Yeah, it was fun. Steve's like, get me on the line. Bring him in, man. Have him call, dude. We've got Steven, we've got the super
3 missed
We've got the
calls.
super new microphone now. We can tap you in.
Let's get Steven. Steven Hood Politics on the line. All right, you're on the line, Steve.
Yup, what up? Major motherfucking shout to the West Smith Show. You know, motherfucking vibes, drinking beers, talking that shit, holding it down for the community. Good Polly is with you. DJ fucking Susan in this bitch. I'm here. Wish I was there with you boys. God damn, I missed you in those sexy ass sideburns.
Yeah, baby.
I'm watching you guys delayed right now, and you guys like Steve.
Yeah, it happens, man. How was Coachella, buddy?
Dude, Coachella was fucking ridiculous. I wish you guys were there. It was a dream come true, brother. It was so much fun. Energy was through the fucking roof. I learned so much just about, you know, what it takes to put on a good show and perform, and something that put on a performance that resonates with the crowd and the people more than just, you know, playing a dope set. You got to come correct with that energy.
And let's be real, so let's not look over something. A really good producer and DJ, Morpay, was out there, and...
Yo, hold up, stop talking. I'm watching this right now on the live stream.
All right, hold up. So Morpay, he was on
God.
Desert Hearts, and he just released a super good EP. He was out in Coachella, and Steven invited him to play back-to-back the second night with him, and he just put a fat post up saying, who does that? Nobody invites someone to go steal their spotlight and at Coachella. Like, that never really happens. So that's what Hood Poly is, all about showing love and making sure that if we love your music, you're going to be a part of us. That's really it.
It should happen more, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yo, hey, Wes, don't worry, we're on it, bro. We're changing the game through real love and opening up our opportunities to other people. We just want to support, and we want to be there to make an impact on these people and let them know that, dude, we're here to fucking love on you and support you, and you're dope. Like, we want you to join in on the fun. Like, let's change the game. Let's come together. Together we
fun,
ride.
dude.
It's not a fucking podium or pedestal anymore. It's
Yeah.
all about coming together.
He's fucking great, man.
Fuck the contest. Fuck the competition. Choose love every day through the music, the shows, the friendship. Just be a homie, because that shit goes way farther than anything else.
Yeah, we're all in this apparently rat race that doesn't even exist, that everyone thinks that you have to be lesser than me so I can do better, which is the dumbest concept I've ever heard in my life.
That doesn't work.
Everyone can win. There's so many shows and so many places to play, as long as you just help other people as well as yourself, and you're fine. You'll be fine. It works out in the end, I guarantee.
Yeah, I mean,
You get what you give.
Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely have the right attitude. It's partly why I love having you on here, aside from good music and aside from you telling me you like my songs and shit like that.
We love Wes Smith, yo.
But no, I think it's great, man. And I've noticed a couple other cats out there that are on that vibe, like in the industry and stuff. And I agree with you. I think it's the right thing to do, man. Like all the like some of the crazy hustle stuff we talked about earlier on here, and some of the stuff that's just wasted energy.
We got a FaceTime request coming in.
Some of the wasted energy stuff, things like that. I mean, it's not what up, dog? Yeah, it's not constructive, man. And I think you're right. Things are shifting a little bit to where there's at least for sure a group of people that are more that mindset.
It's Hood Poly, baby.
Yeah, it is Hood Poly.
Everyone say hi, Steven.
Hi, Steven. I don't know if can it see him? I don't know. That's so. Delayed. That's delayed.
It's delayed.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can see here. Yeah, you can hold it up there. You can see him. We got Stevie on.
It's the Wes Smith Show, baby.
We can't do a Hood Politics show without Steven being here.
That's definitely getting a screenshot, bro.
You knew that. You knew that. Look at him. He's on my shoulder.
He's all Coachella looking, man. That hair's getting long, brother.
Dude, you like that?
I love it, dude. I mean, is that actually a mullet now, or is it just...
Ooh.
Oh, look at that, man. You're getting into the running with Maddie Ladd, dude.
Not even close. Maddie the Jack Sparrow Ladd.
Don't you dare ever put me and Maddie Ladd in the same category. That guy is way fucking hotter than me, and he washes his hair, which I can expect.
Yeah, Maddie Ladd's sexy, dude. He's got the proper shirts, and like he knows. He's the only guy I know that, other than like Don Johnson from Miami Vice, that knows how to button his shirt just the right with the necklace. You know what I'm saying, dude? He's got it, dude.
Yeah.
Don't think the length of his head on his hair on his head or his chest hair is a mistake.
It's all planned. Everything's planned.
It's all planned.
Here, talk to Steven after the bathroom real quick.
Yeah.
Hold up, my phone's gonna die. I don't know where the fuck my...
Oh, God.
What's up, Steve? We got a bathroom break in process.
Dude, how many beers you got out if I was there?
Well, we've completely abandoned our audience on Facebook and YouTube so that you and I can talk. So what's up, dude? So you're stoked from Coachella, huh?
Dude, I'm on cloud 9, brother. Life is fucking good.
Give me the play-by-play. You were there both weekends or this weekend?
No, we did Lucidity the first weekend, and then I did Coachella weekend too. It was really sick. I played the Dome. It's like the campground culture at Coachella is almost as big as almost bigger than the festival. I think it's like its own little institution.
It's big, man. That's what I did. I did the camping thing when I went.
I had expectations, and I got up. I played 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. on Saturday, and it was like a silent disco after 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never played a solid disco before, so I'm like, I had kind of some expectations, like I want to fucking like rage and like play loud music and just go crazy.
Right.
And I thought that aspect would interfere with that. Oh my god, dude! I thought it was gonna be like completely solid. Like I would only be mixing out of like headphones that only I could hear. No, the booth monitors.
Oh, so you can hear. I was curious because I've never done it. You could actually hear you can hear fine, but it's everybody else has like the Wi-Fi or whatever headsets on, right?
Yeah, dude, but it was so loud. It was funny. I got talking to the mic and I wasn't able to hear anything. It would just be able to hear me loud and clear in the headphones, and I'd say some shit, and everybody would just like freak out and scream, and I couldn't hear anything. It was hilarious. But dude, the turnout was amazing, and it's like one of those situations where it's like, yeah,
he ain't looking at me.
But it's up to you. It's up to you to like take that energy to the next level, And we're good at that, so that's what we fucking did.
I like it, man. You weren't in here earlier when I was complimenting your set just like that when I heard about half of it, I guess, probably at El Camino a while back.
Hell yeah, dude. Yo, you guys gotta watch the live stream from last night on the Focus OC page.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
Nice, will do, man.
Yeah, we just show in LA last night. It was a blast, bro. So much fun.
When are we gonna get some? When are we gonna see some? Illustrated avatars of Hood Poly crew.
Let's make it happen, bro.
Another thing I wanted to say was like we're just a label made by 3 guys, and then we have right now I can't get over. We have Savader from Australia, and we have Revlo from Brighton, and we've had Frankie Wah here. Not many people have people flying overseas to hang out with them and play shows. Like that's the type of hip hop I love. We have. We want you to come.
Savader and Revlo are the fucking boys.
They're such good people, and they show so much love, and we love them too. And that's the whole thing, is if you're coming out here, you're gonna play shows.
Now, how did you guys meet them?
With music, with their signed
Well,
to
sure,
hip-hop,
but
yeah.
how did you? But
Demos, just them sending demos.
them sending demos. Yeah, right on. Yeah, that's cool, man.
And you become friends with them, and you see their progression.
Well, in San Diego, it doesn't suck to come here.
Exactly.
They're from where, UK?
Brighton and Australia.
Yeah, so both those places are, well, Australia, depending on where you are, but yeah, certainly anywhere in the UK is
It's
like,
a more vacation.
anyone I've ever met from the UK is like pretty stoked to come here.
Exactly, yeah. But the thing
And
is,
to hang out with cool people,
You're gonna
even
hang
better
out-
versus just bullshitting by yourself.
you're gonna hang out, you're gonna have fun. We'll show you a good time.
Yeah.
You're gonna eat good food. You're gonna play shows. You're gonna headline shows.
Yeah.
You're gonna headline the shows, which is the best part. It's not about us. It's about you when you're coming out here.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yo, boys, I got a jet, but I love you. What an honor to be on the West Fist show. I'm gonna fucking support you.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Love you, Steven.
Love you guys.
We'll get you. You're gonna come in here and rap for a solid hour, dude, sometime. Later, buddy.
There's Steve. See,
He's
that's
a trip, man.
good politics, baby.
He's a total trip, dude.
Oh.
Total trip.
Man, I love music. Is the best thing ever that ever happened to me. I don't know what I would. I would have a full-time job, but I don't know what I'd do passion-wise if I didn't do music.
Oh yeah, man, and like it's not like a full time job. Like takes up your whole life, dude.
No, it's just- it's
especially
just
when you're single.
Release. I'm not single. I got a girlfriend.
No, I mean like, but you don't have kids. You don't have
No
like
kids, yeah.
a lot of super adult shit. 3 kids, mortgages.
Yeah.
So,
But even
what I
then,
mean?
like all you need. Is
I don't either, but I'm just saying.
All you really realistically need is a computer and your headphones. I could be 65 and be doing that. And be like, yeah, this is dope. I can make this.
Yeah, it's gotten so much better because of that.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a trip to the studio.
You have to
It
pay
doesn't take.
$300 an hour for studio time.
Yeah. I always feel weird when someone asks me like where I'm at, or if I've done a few of the podcasts not from here. Like some of them are done remote, and it'll be funny if I'm like somewhere else, and I'll say like, oh, I gotta run back to the studio to get do the stems or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All I really mean is I gotta go
back to
my
my
laptop
house. Yeah.
and get but it's in my head because I have an actual room, but clearly this is not like a music studio for those purposes anymore.
Well, what does the studio mean? You have CDJs right there. Your mixer.
I used to
your
have both
booth,
sides
yeah.
of this. I used to have a same size room on that side,
Mhm.
and I had a more traditional studio monitor / desk setup. But I was like, I just got to the point where I was like, what's the point? Like that even
Yeah.
there wasn't anything I was doing or achieving with that was required.
Yeah.
And it was actually holding me back a little bit of money, and then holding me back from traveling more and doing other things. So
My studio growing up I moved out of my parents' house this past year. It was my parents' laundry room for 5 years when I started producing when I was 18, and then got in the house 4 years after that, and been doing that the last 2 years, and it's been incredibly fun. Look at all these pictures.
Oh, funny you mentioned 18. Let's just go right on back to here, dude. So let's just jump right on into this since you hit that note.
Oh my gosh. What
That
a
looks
good
like
picture.
something out of a movie, bro.
That is great.
Please explain.
You played basketball the whole time in high school. I was actually captain my senior year, which was that year. That's me and my friend DeAndre. And yeah, we were just mean mugging the camera. We were bad dudes. Basketball was so fun. I loved it.
That's awesome.
Wasn't
This was
that
in Encinitas?
This in the
Eric?
Carlsbad.
Oh, Carlsbad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're really pulling out all the stops right now.
What's the high school sporting life like in Carlsbad?
Not good.
Pretty basic?
Yes, whatever.
Not competitive?
No one went to college and played basketball by any means. It was just
Do they
more
even
fun.
have I don't even know, is there a division?
We were, I think, Division
Three?
1. Yeah, no, we were D1.
Oh.
We had 3,000 kids go to our school, but
Oh.
we weren't. We were okay. We were pretty good at football. But that was more my brother's year.
Last
and-
one, dude.
Yeah, more my brother's
Yeah.
year and like 4 to 5 years before I went. But by the time my class was there, we didn't really care. No one cared about sports.
That's fun. What other did basketball help your music at all? Zero.
Yeah, zero. No. I started producing when I was 18 and went to Miracosta. That was when I really got into it. Because
Was it different in high school?
Miracosta was a junior college.
Oh, the college.
Junior college. And that's when my friend gave me Fruity Loops. I met this kid in pretty much like study hall where you go and do your homework if you have free time.
Yeah.
And he gave me a bootleg version of Fruity Loops, and I literally dove into it and never stopped.
It was free for a really long time, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
Is it still?
No, you have to pay for it. I think it's subscription based now.
Everyone I ever knew that ever had it, and I think I had it for about a month once, it was free. Yeah. What do you like about Fruity Loops?
How easy it is. It's literally like a video game every time I make it.
Really?
It's like an old school video game, and I've heard it's different, like it's not a DAW, it's a sequencer. I'm like, yeah, but you make sequences on it and on anything, and you make it a song.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I gotta find a screenshot real quick.
Yeah. But it's just so easy, and I don't honestly. When people ask me what your opinion is, I think whatever you dive in first and put the most work in, you should do. If you're in Ableton and you see someone say switch to FL, if you're 2 years in Ableton, stick with Ableton.
No, I mean FL's legit, dude. It's all right.
It does this. It all does the same thing. It does.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, look, it's on version 11 or whatever at this point, right? It's not like
there is
12 even. I don't know. These are old photos, but
there is nothing different.
There's one. It says version
quality.
20.
Yeah. You can make anything sound good in any dial. There's no I think advantage. Whatever your mind thinks is the best workflow. I have no. There's no leaning for me. It's just whatever your mind is. And my mind.
It looks like a lot like Logic. The way Logic's flow is with this whole
the playlist right there. Yeah.
I mean, pretty much everything nowadays has like left side nav, and
yeah.
I mean, it's like a web page. Basically.
And I keep saying
tracks.
It all does the same thing. It does the exact same thing. It's whatever your workflow in your head says is the easiest.
This is all interesting down here, though. I'm curious. Like, it looks like a lot of just not getting too nerded out, but just because I've never worked in it in the recent 5 years, like it looks like does it have like a bottom section? Like, let me show you why I'm asking this question. Have you ever used Ableton or worked in it?
I've seen it. Yeah, I've worked in a little bit, but every time I go work in someone's like Ableton, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably be lost in Fruity Loops at least for a while, but like as an example, like the instrument strip. Here's a good example photo. Like Ableton pins everything down here in this section, and you don't have flexibility with pulling those. Like that's all your devices and drum.
It's just right there.
Drum kits and every effect, audio, all that stuff is what's going on down here. And then this is all your timeline and arrangement. Which is similar, obviously, to every DAW.
Yeah,
and but that's the only big difference that I've really seen between what I just saw, those couple screenshots of Fruity Loops, and then Pro Tools, is they don't pin this in Logic. Mm-hmm. This isn't pinned quite so tightly down here. Like you can scroll back and forth, right and left, down in there, and everything up top stays the same.
I like that.
Which is kind of interesting. Yeah, from a workflow perspective.
And I hear
these long ass chains of effects and different things going on. Yeah.
Just a bunch of automation clips. That's all it is. 10 to 12 tracks of
it is, and a lot of it's overdone. Like you really don't need like 19 effects in a row in a group to make something sound great. Mm-hmm. Usually, if you have like 10 things in a row, like something's probably not.
You're working too hard.
Actually being done right, Yeah. You just sit there building chains, and I think it sounds a little different, but you've probably been sitting there too long.
Oh man! But I remember seeing I remember looking at my song file. Isn't the best when you see a blank screen and after like 5 hours of work, you're like, it's just a bunch of stuff's down there, and you're just loving it. I remember looking at somebody's Instagram and I saw a finished song. I'm like, this is when I first started producing, and you see all the work. I'm just like, my songs don't look anything like that. I'm doing something wrong. What's going on? But everyone needs to start out. That's what people think, that you're gonna produce for 6 months to maybe a year and have it figured out. Not at all. I produced for 4 to 5 years before I even got into house music, and I'm just finding my sound in the last year.
No, it's like well, for me, it's like the some similarity to like in that respect to like surfing. Like people, I'm not a great surfer, but there's people that think I'm good, that I'll surf with, and then it's like, and I'll be like, dude, it's a hard sport.
Yeah.
Like, don't beat yourself up, man.
Exactly.
It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
There's no shame in the 10-foot board or the foam board or the whatever. It's a hard sport, man. And it takes time, long time. And so I think I see music kind of that way. Like the DAW definitely can make it easier.
Mm-hmm.
Producer Pack can make it easier if they're done well, and and then templates and all these kinds of things. And I think all that stuff's great. You can go buy, like, there's at least 10 prominent websites now where you can literally buy a house music template.
Exactly.
And it's already got sounds in it.
I know,
and
but it doesn't feel as good.
No, of course. But I'm saying, but I'm speaking not for you. I'm saying, like, for someone beginning.
Get inspired, yeah.
I tell people all the time, like, because I'm an Ableton guy, I tell people all the time, look, go buy the education version of Ableton, $99. You can have up to 12 tracks. That's not as many as you're probably going to want a couple years from now, but $99.
Yeah.
And then go listen to some, things at Producer Tech or wherever, buy some templates with sounds in them, take a course that's got a song built in the course, all that stuff. You can open it, look at it, learn all this stuff.
Yeah.
Spend 10 hours, 20 hours, 40 hours, whatever, studying that course and track, and you'll pretty quickly start to be able to, start with an empty template with a bunch of tracks and realize, oh, okay, well, that song had 20 tracks. So if I've only got 4 tracks,
I'm just
probably need to keep working at, developing my flow. Yeah.
That's even when I thought I switched gears, was when I really started filling the empty space of my songs. It would just be one hi-hat, one clap, one kick, and maybe a snare, and like that's it. It would be a super empty track with not that much like good EQing, so it sounds super dull.
Yeah.
And then you don't know what you don't know. I think that's the best way to talk about experience. You would never know if you never watched that YouTube video or never really really closely listen to other people's music when you say, I need to layer some stuff. I need to put in some more percussion, some more hi-hats, some more variation. So, and I love like different pannings, like not only make a song, but make an environment for people to really be in. Like if I make a tribal song, I want you to be in the jungle, be in Tulum right now, and then a drop hits. Yeah. So,
dude, that's so funny because when I started out, like before I realized there were, drum kits or you could make your own, and some of it wasn't even technically that easy to do when I started out. But so I would to change things up because everything was so sample based and loop based. I would basically change the whole entire drum loop multiple times throughout a song. I never released any of this stuff. I played some of it, but yeah, because there was no concept of taking like in Ableton now you've got the drum. It's probably similar in all the DAWs. There didn't used to be a way to program drums, so to speak, right? And now
so
you
had
can.
the 808 or the 908.
All of them. Yeah. Well, it was even worse. You just have a loop that was a constructed kit. That's what you could get.
Yeah.
So you didn't. There was no option to like separate the elements of the loop.
Oh God.
No, you just had so the only way to like vary up your drums throughout the track was either to use one of the slicing tools, which were terrible at the time, or to just switch the loop.
Yeah.
So you'd end up with like a house beat for so long, and then it just switched to like a different house beat, and then like a break beat, and then like a different one. And then maybe you would take the kick or the snare or something and just repeat it for the build-up. Like, that was like a learning process. Big time for me.
Oh, my God. I love it. I love not
knowing. The euphoria of being able to either buy a drum pad kit that was already had individual separated samples in it, or make your own. Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
So I'm saying I have so many claps, so many hi-hats, so many kicks.
Yeah.
Too many to even count. I'll be set for life for drums.
Yeah, you really you probably don't need more. What else, dude? Corey? Who's Corey? Mitch was in and out for a minute.
Homie. Corey Abrams.
I ran into Mitch out at a party a couple months ago. Nice guy. He came up and introduced himself to me because I guess he thought I got him confused with somebody else, like in Facebook land, on social media land. And it's possible I did, because when I met him, I was like, huh, you're right. We probably haven't met in person before. Anyway, I think it was at Spin or something.
That's why, see, the thing is, it's the scene. I feel like I know you, but I haven't met you before ever.
Yeah.
But I know exactly who you
Oh,
are.
we know each other.
I know you. I'm not
Cheers,
saying
dude.
example. Cheers.
Speaking of the scene, I got another picture. Where is it? It's the aliens one. Because I figured you knew them. Some of my favorite people.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
whole San Diego
Red
scene.
Sonja and Alien Tom.
The aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great
man.
part. That was when
What
we
was this?
played Foundation Room in San Diego. That was a great club and great show. Myron Eugene booked us. God, that's what I love about just playing and all the people that come back into your life. You play one show, you play two shows, and everyone's like, these guys are great. I want to get them somewhere else. And Steven knew Myron before, but Myron just loves us as Hood Politics, and he's such a good person. Throws a great party down at Foundation. I haven't seen it in a while. I think
I ran into him one night at.
I think kind of fizzed out.
Myron?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that party
I ran
at least.
into him one afternoon at. I think it's Water Bar over here.
Yeah.
The big new spot down
Oh, the
on
big
the
new spot.
boardwalk.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just a restaurant. It's like second level restaurant. It's not
Water bar.
no DJs or anything like that. Just daytime.
Mm-hmm.
And ironically, I recognized him off Facebook. It's kind of weird. I'd seen him enough times, maybe from promoting parties or
Mm-hmm.
something, and then I was like, I got to talk to this guy. I don't know why I know him, but I know him. Anyway,
Such a nice guy.
it was kind of a mutual thing.
Yeah.
What was that? Where was that party at?
It's called, so there's the club's called Florent. Yeah,
At
Florent.
Foundation.
And then what they do is the downstairs area is the house music area. The upstairs is just a typical hip hop bar. Like they play hip hop. The DJs do. It's just typical top 40.
Yeah.
Go downstairs. You have the house music.
It's in Gaslamp.
It's in Gaslamp,
Downstairs.
exactly. And then downstairs is the Foundation room. But that's what we were talking about. We call it the house music renaissance, and we're leading it right now. Is the fact that we want San Diego, those big clubs,
Yep.
to stop playing top 40 hits and get like house music producers, even get hip hop producers, people who make their own. Just get people who make their own music to go in there and play their music.
So you're pro like the people that make music, performing type thing.
100%. Play your songs. I love playing my music.
Yeah.
And you know what the funny thing is? I've been getting this a lot lately. I've been getting it since I really done more than friends and even just DJing. People say, "Oh my God, not only like the music sounds dope, but your energy's so great. Like it's so fun, like watching you dance up there, and like you have such good energy. You make other people dance." I'm like, why don't people do that? I'm losing my mind up there because it's my music. I made this at my house, and then you see people having fun. I'm having the best time when I'm up there. I can't stop dancing.
Do you think people can tell the difference when it's like? Do you think people that maybe don't know who you are or whatever can tell the difference between when you're playing someone else's song or one of your songs?
Well, if they don't know who I am, then no, because they don't know my songs. But I do that for every song. If I play a song that's not my song, I download it and bought it because I love it. Exactly. But
well, I don't play anything I don't like. But
exactly.
Yeah, but I do get a little bit more into. Because I know like all the instrumentation and everything in my stuff. So I can just dance. I can like groove to it better, I guess, if you will.
Majority of my sets are all my songs. I keep it more towards my songs, unless it's a different environment. I play somebody else's if I bought it for that show. But majority of my sets are more than friend songs only, and that's why I have so much fun playing it. People can play my songs, but you'll never get a better show when I'm doing it. Well, I just crossed.
All right, dude. I'm going in on this photo. What is going on here? Turtle?
It should be Turtle. That's not me. That's not me performing.
Right.
I'm just in the crowd.
The picture said Turtle, but
yeah, that's Trippy Turtle playing at Cross Festival. I used to love Jersey Club, and I'm just in the crowd at somewhere.
I didn't know who Trippy Turtle was. Who's Trippy Turtle?
He's just a Jersey Club DJ producer. He's very, very sexy. Yeah, very R&B Jersey Club.
I've heard the term a number of times and listened to it a few times to what I thought was Jersey Club. How would you describe Jersey Club?
Jersey Club, it's this drum beat. So it's 135 BPM and the first two hits, and then a triple like.
It was fast for sure.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah,
it's a lot like Baltimore Club.
It's a very
faster.
Probably the same.
Sounds
it's
like Baltimore Club,
juke music
faster.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. But
gotcha.
Yeah, but either way.
Yeah, the Baltimore Club is a little bit of like a. It's hard for me to. I guess like intonate it at the moment, but yeah, it's definitely like a boom 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 boom.
I love
a lot of kick.
I used to produce it. Yeah,
I like it. I've always loved Baltimore Club.
What do we got here? Oh, that's Adrian Hour. That's when he came and played.
Where is that?
That's at Spin Rooftop. Our friends Matt Rodriguez and Nick Collette, and then Arlie, who's a Thriftsy now. She's a clothing designer. Reached out to Adrian Hour, and that was his first time playing in San Diego at this rooftop party. And met him, talked to him, had a great time. And that was when I remember showing him the text I got about the Amsterdam was it from Overdose, Amsterdam dance event that EP release. I was very happy. I'm like, hey, look at this. He's like, oh my god. And we talked. He's such a nice guy. And he's on Tool Room, huge producer. Yeah, he's
nice.
Very, very big.
Have you guys? So this was Spin Rooftop.
Spin Rooftop.
You guys ever done like the whole Spin venue?
We did. We've done Spin multiple times, and then we've done the rooftop. We did the rooftop actually about a year ago. So El Camino for Earth Day. We did that. No, it was Earth Day. It was 420. But we did last year. It was Earth Day, and we did that Hood Politics show at the rooftop. And it was a very, very fun show.
Nice. Yeah, it looked fun.
I haven't played Spin in a long time. I feel like sometimes Spin's a little played out. You ever get that?
Yeah, but if I go there and it's a good party, like I don't like. I guess the Spin part of it kind of disappears for me.
Yeah.
It's got a good sound system.
It's got a great
sound system.
Yeah.
And
it's just over the DJs, really.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there for parties that are great, and then been there at times where it's just kind of empty and feels a little bit like a wedding hall.
We've thrown parties where it's been empty, and you got to go through that. Listen to me. You have to go through that. You need to play to nobody to really know the love of playing for 10 people. Okay?
You need to throw a party at Spin with no people.
You need to throw a party
going down.
and play for literally the bartender or less, or have them actually just set up and take 30 minutes just set away. That is, oh man, you have to. It's the best feeling ever because you just laugh and laugh and laugh the whole time.
The last time you were up in here, the
Jersey Club all day.
Yeah,
hell yeah,
guy. That was a message from this guy. Like I told you, I'm trying to do this thing in Seattle. We're trying to get a Juice Night Out party done there. We did one before. We actually did it for the video game tour. That was 2 years ago. Anyway, that's what that message was, which is sweet because he got back to me pretty quick, which is always a good sign.
Yeah.
Anytime people get back to you quick. Going back to our discussion about people getting back to you, I have a pretty like staunch belief because of this. Actually came to me in a dream, maybe not last night, but the night before. I was thinking about this whole thing of like watching people talk about this issue of promos and getting responses from people and this and that, and I've always been pretty good with responding to people for sure, like pretty attentive to it, or I just shut off the channel if I'm not in a mode where I can pay attention at the moment. I try to just shut it off. But just thinking about that was like I think that I think people are just not cool people, man, who don't respond. Yeah. I don't know.
You can't hold.
I mean, I know you shook it off.
You don't know their environment, though, what they're going through.
I agree. I do agree with that. But I think it's a combination of maybe saying not cool people is maybe not exactly what I meant, but I think they've got a lot. Like, I don't think anybody's really that busy. And here's what I'm going to say it because throughout my both music and other things that I've gotten involved in, I have approached people who I felt were incredibly busy because I know they're extremely popular. Yeah. And they've responded and been really cool and handled things or had an assistant that helped handle things, etc. Yeah. Like they handled their business. So rather than saying not cool, I think my observation is like people that don't respond may be a-holes. That's one category for sure, and there's some of that. And then the other is maybe they haven't figured things out yet to where they can manage it. Yeah. And that's part of it too. Yeah. Because but to that point, regardless of what they might be, when you do get somebody who you look up to that responds to you, like hold on to that and
best
nurture it.
Ever.
And nurture it is what I'm saying. Like spend the time.
Yeah.
That's like, that's the self-help portion of today's show. Like spend the time to kind of nurture that because there are very famous good people that will take the time to respond. And it's because they like what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll add my 2 cents to that. So I took my last class at Cal State San Marcos. I went to the business school. and I had my best teacher. His name's Ed Ashley, and he taught strategic management at Cal State San Marcos. And it was your last class you had to take before you graduated, actually, for anybody in the business school. And he wasn't the nicest guy in the world. He was generally nice, but he wasn't the nicest guy if you didn't work hard. And he didn't really accept stupidity. You had to be really on your shit in class, and you had to expect to work. If you did that, things would be great. Things would be great. But he was the best teacher I've ever had, for the fact that everything he taught me, I remember. I remember every concept, everything he ever taught me, because I have a full-time job. I work at a marketing company for financial planners and life insurance agents, and you need to know business and things, critical thinking, which is what he really taught me. But one thing he said before he graduated was, I know you guys are going to be successful in whatever you do. I just taught you for a whole semester. I got to know you. What you need to do now is, when you find your job, whatever you do, and become successful in it, you need to turn around and teach people below you who ask for help. That is how we make a better society as a whole. Right. If you learn something, you have to turn around and teach somebody behind you. And that stuck with me through and through. I just thought that was so real, because I remember my dad said the same thing. I remember sending people feedback, demos, like we said earlier, just tell me you like me. Just tell me I'm doing something right. I just started producing. Just tell me if it sounds good.
Yeah.
And I remember the best thing was, hey, it sounds okay, but they give me critical notes. Like the kick could be like, you could EQ it this way, you can do this, because that means they like the idea, but they want it to sound better.
Yeah.
And I remember I told my dad I would send out things out to people, and they'd respond. I'm so excited. And he's like, one day, I remember him saying this vividly, one day people will be sending you stuff for advice, and you need to respond to them. And I've been getting couple of messages here and there saying, hey.
And here's a slight delineation I'll add to that based on your comments and my prior sort of points. If I've always been a firm believer, if I want to meet somebody, I'll go find them in person and try to get to them if I can physically and meet them. Even if it's just a quick hello, shake a hand, whatever.
Yeah.
And I have done that with a number of people that are, fairly famous, past or present. And even if it's just a simple handshake or a picture op or whatever, and then follow back up, then that's usually when you make that
exactly, because they shake so many hands, take so many pictures.
But they might be like, oh shit, I did take a picture of the guy.
I remember
and now
you.
here's his music, and that's cool, and this kind of thing. And so I think it's an effort that goes both ways for sure. But versus, for example, if you're just getting automated promos and stuff, it's like
I don't really care about that.
Yeah, that's where I did fall off the train.
I don't care about it.
I couldn't I paid. Well, in fact, it was Kelly. You asked me about how she was doing, and she's doing awesome, but just not on here on the show thing anymore. She used to. I used to pay her, dude, every month to go through all those promos, man. That somehow people got the email address or whatever. Sometimes we gave it out, this and that, but it was to download them and this and that. It was after a while, both she and I were just this is crazy, man. We don't even some of the music's okay, but it's we're not obligated to do this. They're just getting you never met in person. You don't know the people. They're just
my contacts on my SoundCloud, and I get promos from people I have no idea who they are.
Yeah,
and you don't have to respond to them, but they're just trying to get their music out to get it heard.
Yeah, I think that's a fair balance to it, for sure.
But if someone sends me a song, I do make an effort to listen to it and try to give critical notes and give them some feedback, something to take home and work on.
Eddie Rush, he's like Yoda and Yoda. That's pretty funny. But well, cool, man. What else we got to dig into, man?
What's going on?
Travel plans?
Well,
I'm going racing. You know,
I know you're
tomorrow,
racing.
Man.
I got shows coming up. I just moved in. Me and my girlfriend just got a spot in Encinitas, so I'm just
That's awesome.
Putting the house together. Been there for a couple months. Just still working on the house stuff and just finding a vacation to go to. Got my best friend's getting married in August, and
Where in the U.S. somewhere?
Yeah, in the U.S.
Go somewhere else.
It's north of San Francisco. I forgot the name. I really do. I suck. God, I fucking suck.
Super tight.
God, I suck. He's my best friend. He's my best friend, yeah. It's okay. But yeah, we have a lot of shows coming up, playing. It was great because before, maybe a couple months ago, I wasn't booked out for anything. But then we got a lot of shows at Sidebar, playing at Firehouse. Got some, hopefully, festivals lined up after that. And just working on music. You know what? With a full-time job, house stuff, and then my girlfriend's number one though. That's my best friend and my girlfriend, who I love so much. We've been dating for over a year and a half, and you have to find time for everything. Time, like life, you need to find balance and time. When you spend half your day working, you want to be with your girlfriend as much as you can. Yeah. You also want to make music. You have to clean your house and get ready for the next day too.
Do your laundry.
Oh my god, I got so much laundry to do yesterday.
I dropped mine off, dude. Guilty pleasure.
Oh, man. So much laundry. Don't let it get backed up. Don't let it get backed up. It's fucking hell.
I dropped mine off, man.
I got home from the gym the other day and I had a dirty clothes, but I had to take stuff out the dryer. I'm like, I can't even just throw it into the dirty laundry.
I've reduced the amount of things I wear, and then I drop it off.
Oh man, I wear shirt and pants every day and socks. So you just throw it in the wash every day. Yeah, it's but the point of that is you have to make time for everything. So budget time for got to go to work. It's mandatory. Got to make money, pay your rent.
Got to do that.
And then everyone, majority of us have a significant other or love yourself. You got to find some self love and hang out with your girlfriend. And make time to self love. Do your thing. But if you have a girlfriend, wife, you got to make time. You have to show them you love them. You can't just live with them and take them for granted. You have to be with them and show them you love them and do nice things and romantic things and actually be in the moment. What I've done,
they're actually people.
Like you're actually people. You're not just hanging out with them.
It's not just about you, Waldo.
Yeah. Yeah. Put the phone down. Don't even look at your phone. The best thing I've done is just put my phone down. Just be with my girlfriend and the dog.
Man, when I was in Puerto Escondido, I was there for 5 weeks, and I think I used my phone less there than any other time in the last 5 years.
The best times I've ever had in my life is when my phone's thrown away and I literally have no keys, no phone, and my wallet, and that's it.
It's a weird trap, man. The phone it's a weird trap.
It's weird.
I love it for a lot of reasons, but it's also like it's not that big a deal when you just sort of don't need it.
Exactly. Why are you looking at it? You need time to just relax and just not even look at it. Not even look at a screen. I look at a laptop all day at work. Yeah. And it's just, you get trapped in it.
Oh, dude, my like, since they started that, at least on the Apple shit, they got that screen time app now that fucking reminds me.
I saw that,
yeah, dude.
You're on Instagram so much.
It's like, dude, it tells you which app you're all on,
piece of
you're
shit.
like, oh, man. I can't even justify it as just like checking work emails.
There's literally evidence of me doing it.
It's like you're so Snapchat right now.
Get off the filters. And then, like I said, so you have your work, you have your lover, you have your person you're with, your love of your life, and then you have your passion. Then you have your music, which you have to make time to do that. Those long nights, you iron your shirt the next day, you get everything ready, and then you put in 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed. And then you just got to find time to make shit happen. Life is not as easy as people think it is if you just think you're going to go to work and then sleep and then magically some music's going to come along. You have to put in time and work.
You got to do the work.
You got to put in work.
Don't misinterpret my hustle comments from earlier.
You got to hustle, though.
In
the hustle is the watching the YouTube videos, the making song after song after song after song.
No, the hustle is there. I just think that the word hustle gets sort of confined in this concept of like ridiculous hours of work.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think that is the hustle per se.
How we talked about sending out like demos, like a bunch, like for like 3 to 4 hours a day, just sending demos out. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. That's a pointless endeavor, dude.
Exactly. When I would send demos out, I'd be so just like I think it took me like 2 to 3 years before I even considered sending a demo out. I'm like, I'm not going to send something out until I know it's either going to be considered but not fit the style, but you're not going to tell me it's a bad song. And that's why I really like just like putting hood politics stuff out, because I'm not saying I'm above it by any means, but I have the outlet of a label I'm a part of, which is getting bigger and has a little more respect in the game, and people are recognizing it. But I'm so sick of putting in so much work and knowing in my heart of hearts that this song will go off at any stage, any club, and then someone tells me it's not good enough.
I'll give you an example in this whole demo sending out thing, a very real example. So like not sending demos out, but hustling, doing other things like bookings and these types of things with people I know and this and that. And so, of course, everybody knows who Diplo is, right? Mm-hmm. And so I've gone to Burning Man 5 times now. So last year when I went, dude, never thought about sending the dude anything, meeting him, never. Just appreciated like his production stuff and some things they give away, and I used some of the samples, made tracks with him. Some of my better tracks actually have been with free vocals that his group has given away, whatever. And stems for remix contests, whatever, and use them for personal VIP stuff, that kind of thing. Anyway, so 5th year I go to Burning Man, and the camp I'm in, I have no idea. And the camp I'm in, I play a party on a Wednesday night at the camp I'm with, and he's the main guy playing the party with us.
Really?
Yeah. So I got to meet him, and it brief.
Yeah.
But just funny, you know?
Yeah.
And my point is, like, I could have probably sent demos and bullshit to Mad Decent or whatever for God knows how long and got who knows what back ever. And then I'm just doing my own thing, working on my music, which got me to where I played on that party in the first place, because my whole Burning Man experience has all been music related. It wasn't it wasn't like let's go burn at this festival. Like music got me into it.
Yeah.
Through people that knew me and got me there, and then it's been that way the whole 5 years. And so the 5th year, I just thought it was really funny. And not only that, same week, maybe even more interesting to you, same exact week, Wednesday night, Diplo, meet him. Friday night, Skrillex.
What?
Play with and meet him.
See, there you go. And because
never sent either of them a demo in my life.
And
And I don't, and do I expect them to to have some massive tight relationship? No, but point is just
you're playing a party with them.
Physically running into them. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
And we're on the lineup and we play and we have a great time and that's how it goes.
Another thing else
versus like endless time probably fretting over it and stressing and all this stuff.
Do you ever think about like what would your little kid self think about you right now if you talked to like your say my 18-year-old self, because I thought I would start producing music like right then. Like, what if I told you you'd have a successful record label, you'd be playing shows consistently, and you'd be on Beatport, a bunch of charts right now, and number one on one of their charts for Best Tech House? I'd be like, what?
Yeah, no way.
You're doing exactly what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Be happy with it. Live in the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to appreciate what you're doing right now. You have to appreciate the journey getting there.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, so that's my 2 cents along with yours is like, I think if the significant portion of time is spent on creating, I think that's my opinion. That's the right place to put the energy.
Exactly.
You got to do some of the other things, no doubt. But I think when the energy is put towards the creation part, then people will recognize you for creating. Versus recognizing you for marketing hustle or being at every single party there ever has been in your community. You know what I mean?
That's why
that's what I'm saying.
Like we talked about earlier, I'm such an advocate for the headliners and the big DJs are producers. That's in my mind.
Yeah.
Totally. If you're just a DJ, you're
last 5 to 10 years, there's no doubt about it.
You're putting a glass ceiling on your head. You're not going to get as far as you think you're going to get.
Totally.
And I remember somebody even said that, like, why do you play only your music? Why don't you play other people's music? I'm like, because I made it.
Yeah.
Because I fucking made it. That's why.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm like, I have 12 songs and that's my set.
Dude, I heard someone complain about Armand Van Helden doing that, like at Tomorrowland or something.
He played only his songs? Yeah, it's his songs!
And then there's like 1,000 comments or whatever.
Okay, he's playing only his music. It's his set!
But there was like, a lot of people were just like, awesome music. And then there was a few people that were just like, dude, what do you expect, man? The guy, like, he's made like...
fucking made the music!
Some of the top 20 songs worldwide over the last 20 years of house music. Like, what the fuck would you play? Like, that's what people probably are coming to hear. Like, it's no different if you went... And I thought a great comparison was... And this is a shift that's happening, is why I thought it was a great comparison, was people were like, what, you would go hear The Cure?
Yeah.
And not expect to hear Friday I'm in Love?
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly.
So of course you're going to hear that.
When you're going to a Hood Politics show, a DJ Susan, a Nutty, a More Than Friends show, you're going to hear their songs.
You're going to hear some Hood
You're going to
Politics
hear
stuff.
their songs. And
I think it's great.
I love it, man. I love it. And I love the fact that these parties are turning into those things. I remember when I was 21.
In fact, if there's anything that I never promoted enough through my heavier touring times, was the fact that at least 75% of the tracks I was playing were my songs.
I've been saying,
and I didn't promote it enough.
You have to.
And people didn't know.
You have to.
There would be a lot of like, "Where's that? What's that? This, that?" Because it was unreleased.
Yeah.
But I didn't, as part of the actual show promotion, I didn't make a point to say, "Hey, you know what? 50% or more." You know, like I do.
It's kind of hard to promote that on a poster, you know.
No. On a poster, yeah. But now the way it is with social media, and you've got the events, and you're making a post or two a week, building up to it for a few weeks, this kind of stuff. I think it's relevant. I think a lot of people don't know.
But I think
they would like to.
I think the best way to go about it would put out a promo mix and put your track list up and just be all Westwith.
Well, I've done that too.
Yeah.
I think. Anyway, that was just a point of mine from a lot of past shows. Is that I feel like if I missed out on anything from a social media perspective or that perspective, it was that there were a lot of people that really enjoyed music, but were not aware that it was music that I had made.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
And people
so some way to communicate that, whatever it is, would have been that I have very few regrets. But that would be one of them in terms of just not even a regret, just more like a thing. Like, had I thought about it at the time, I just didn't realize it was as important as it probably was to people.
Yeah.
To realize, oh shit, we're going out to hear somebody play 50% or more original music.
Yeah.
But they don't know because there's a million songs out and whatever. So
it's like there's a double-edged sword with that. You play your own music and some people are like, oh, I want to hear songs I know. I want to hear those hits. I want to hear that stuff. But the best time is when you're finishing your set, you get off, you grab a drink, and you walk through the crowd. Somebody's like, dude, that was a great set. I love the music. I love the songs. I'm like, and then I'm like, yeah, I made those, by the way.
Well, if you're lucky, it's both.
Exactly.
They know the song and it was yours.
Oh my God, dude. So good. That's another feeling. So when we played Lou City, there was these Flash Gang. They're Flash Gang from Nevada, from Las Vegas, Nevada. And they were showing so much love to us after our set, and we were in the artist tent, and they were like, we literally have all your music on our USB right now. I'm like, that made me so happy. I've never, and that's the type of stuff when you tell your little self, like you talk to your kid self, and you're just like, one day somebody out there will have every single song you've made on USB, and like, what? That's ridiculous. They all suck right now. Why would you say that? They're all so shitty.
That's awesome, man. Well, cool, dude. What are we at? I don't know. 2 hours, man.
2 hours, yeah, 2 hour podcast.
It just floats by.
When you're producing, do you ever get caught up in like, I need to put more stuff in? Do you ever think your track's a little too empty?
All the time,
Me
dude.
too.
All the time.
That's like sometimes you get in writer's
block. That's usually
block.
when I send it to somebody else and I'm just kind of like, hey, I think this is great, but I know it's not.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Like, I know it doesn't have enough fill or volume. Like, what would you do to this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've been sending stuff out a lot because, like we were talking about earlier, you'd send it, and people tell me to take out the stuff that makes the song the most me. The big synth, those vocal chops, it's too cheesy, it's too this. I'm like, I love it. I love this type of shit.
Yeah, well, I love me some synths, so.
I love me some big.
I love me some cheesy synth chops. So you're talking to the wrong guy if you're trying to get me to correct that.
But you get it's this like I can talk about like dancing behind the booth. It's this idea where you have to be really serious and only make minimal tech house with so many elements, and you need to do that because that's what we do here, and that's what I mix the bass and I just stand there and go like this. I'm just losing my fucking mind behind the DJ booth, just waving my arms like an eagle and just hyping the crowd up.
I think it's great. Like I've had a number of conversations with people that are like, oh, I'm super trying to focus on this particular. Narrow vibe we've got going right now, whatever, and I think that's great if that's what you're feeling. But I'll usually ask people, like you're kind of saying, I was like, is that narrow channel what you feel like making?
Yeah.
Or is that where you feel like you're getting the most traction on the internet?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's an interesting conversation. It goes either way sometimes.
Yeah. When people come to my set, I want them to say that they had a great time. It was so fun. I need to go back because, one, the music was great. I danced my ass off. And those DJs up there, not only did they have a fun time doing it, they were down in the crowd with us, talking to us and hanging out.
Yeah.
And you need to create, and not only with your music, you need to create an environment with your personality while you're there at your parties, hosting them, talking to the staff, being with the crowd in the front row, talking to everybody. That's how people really change their perspective on things.
Yeah, I mean, that interaction's always been part of it for me, man, and that's the times I've played places that are too big to do that. has always been a little weird.
Yeah.
That's why, like, earlier when I made the comment about, like, I never played to 50,000 people, but if you were, it's almost like, kind of like, huh.
If you're 50,000,
gotta be a little bit out of body, like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like,
I just go to the rails and go to the front row and just
yeah,
shout
I
out
guess,
that,
but
yeah.
you can't even get to there. Like,
Yeah.
it's separated,
That's
and, like,
true.
they don't let people, you know, it's like, that's just a weird, that's like a, I don't know, that's like a Metallica concert or
Yeah.
whatever would be the equivalent of that. I don't know if there is an equivalent of a Metallica concert.
Just
pretty fucking
festival.
big.
You see these pictures of festivals, just a sea of people. You couldn't
Yeah.
even see the back if you tried.
Yeah.
You're just looking like where.
All the
am
photos I saw of that, like, Sahara tent at
Yeah.
Coachella was just like, holy
You
shit.
just look back. You can't even fathom how many people are there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you just don't look.
It's funny, but like
you just kind of just play shit. Like,
You-
does it even matter?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, does it even matter?
I think whatever you do will be fine. I think
yeah,
the
like,
whole
I
crowd
don't know
like
that it really
Yeah.
matters. Like, I don't want to put my, words in people's mouths, but, or take away from the experience, but I kind of get the feeling like it doesn't, you can just do whatever you want.
You could. You really
I think
could.
you just do whatever you
Yeah. But I
And
would
it's cool.
I would play my most banging songs and just keep.
Well, of
keep
course.
pushing. Yeah,
That's what I
just
mean.
keep pushing, yeah.
You would play exactly what
Exactly.
you would do it. That would be the situation where you would do the most exactly what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause who cares?
You know? I can't
and
wait.
you may never be there again, so fuck it.
I would love to play those types of sets, but there's nothing like playing just a small, intimate set
Who
to like
wouldn't?
100 people. They really like what you're doing, and you can
Yeah.
do whatever you want. And that's like the promise I make to any crowd is the fact that I'm going to play super banging tech house tracks, which are usually mine, and dance my ass off behind the decks. If it's 10, 20, 40, 50, 100, 1,000, whatever size, I'm going to do the exact same thing at every show.
I like
You're
it.
going to get the same performance, and it's always going to be very fun.
Well, fucking make a good remix, dude.
I know, I got to finish this
Come on,
remix.
get your ass on it.
I know, I need to make time for it.
I want to put that thing out sometime in the summer.
Okay,
Would be great.
Plenty
Sometime
of time.
in the summer would be great.
Plenty of time then.
I mean, I'm pretty chill with everybody,
Yeah.
so like, but sometime in the summer would be great.
I gotta get
I
back.
mean, I
Yeah,
got plenty of shit to put out.
I'll get
but
back into it.
I would like to get that one out.
We will.
in
We
the
will.
summer.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
All right. You want to get another round of promos in, then wrap this up? We got some food.
Yeah, dude, I gotta go eat, man.
Yeah.
What do I have to do? I gotta eat and pack for the race.
You gotta pack for the race. Yeah.
Promo it up.
Promo it up. All right. Well, Party Starter EP is still on Beatport. Go grab that. More Than Friends on Beatport and SoundCloud. Hood Politics Records. DJ Susan's EP just came out. No Gimmicks. Nutty's Bucky Gun EP is coming out this Friday. Catch us all. DJ Susan, More Than Friends, Nutty's EP with Kelby playing with him, Savader, Revlo, and we're all going to be at Sidebar this Friday. And then we'll be at Buffalo Club on Saturday up in Los Angeles. And then we have a bunch of shows coming up at Sidebar, Los Angeles again. We have some more festivals coming up. So lots of good things in the pipeline as well, music and shows. We're very busy and we can't wait to really just give it to everyone. It's Hood Politics season. We made it a point to.
It is Hood Politics season, man. I love it.
We're breaking the backboard. It's Friday Night Lights, so make sure you bring your shoulder pads. We're getting down and dirty, okay?
Dude, I'm gonna go race cars and go surf. Stay classy, yo.
Stay classy. Thank you so much. Before you head out, thank you so much, Wes Smith.
Yeah, man.
Literally
So
the
awesome
best
having
time
you
on here
man.
every time. Such a good dude. Love coming
Totally
on.
great, dude.
Yeah.
I love it, and I love what you guys are doing. I love what you're doing. I love what you guys are doing. And, we'll do some more stuff in the future together.
Of course. It's always
Yeah.
fun. Later, guys. Thank you.
Peace out, anyone, everyone, now, later, forever. Bye-bye.